All right.
April 12th, 1926, 8:15 p.m. The Beacon Island Lighthouse, off the shore of Folly Point, Massachusetts, ceased to cast its light over the region's dangerous rocky waters about 15 minutes ago. As a result, the Essex County, a mixed passenger and cargo vessel on which you're all traveling to Rockport, has foundered on the rocks and incurred considerable damage to its hull. The ship is sinking, and the crew hurries you towards one of the many rowboats acting as ship lifeboats. So these are little rowboats, they're not that big. As they load you in, they tell you your best bet is to aim for Beacon Island. They doubt you'll make the mainland as a storm is brewing in. You should have just enough time to reach the island before it hits. Then, without another word, they shove you into the dark, churning waters. All you have to guide you is a small light shining at the base of the lighthouse, towering silhouette. So not the actual lighthouse, just like a little light at the base of the lighthouse itself.
And now you're all in this boat. Thrust upon you is a scenario. Your ship is sinking. You go into a little lifeboat, and there's 4 of you there. You may now introduce yourselves to each other.
Hi, I'm Walter. Great to meet you all.
This is not a laughing situation.
It can be funny, you know?
The ship is sinking.
We're all
But we're
dying,
not.
and I'm
We're-
Kip.
We're gonna die.
It's gonna be fine. We'll totally be fine. It's okay. Did I mention my name's Kip?
Hi, Kip.
I didn't catch your name, by the way.
Walter.
Walter.
Yes. I think.
I think.
Yes.
Presumably.
Oh no.
Walter, did you hit your head a little too hard there?
Are
Are you sure? Oh, okay.
Little bit fun.
All right.
I'm sorry.
People react to
Hey, you're
horrors
all
in different
dying.
ways.
What are your names? Introduce yourself.
That's how it's supposed to go. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Well, you're-
Florence. I'm Florence. And guys, I don't think we have that much to be worried about. The ocean, though it is powerful, can be merciful. I think we'll be able to make it.
Oh, I like your attitude. That's great. What about you? Looking over it.
Looking over it.
And I am Sir Nut of Dees the Third.
Oh my god!
You may call me Dees, if you like.
Oh my
And
god!
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Welcome,
if you're gonna be
Dees.
sick, please go over there. Like, throw up that way.
Yeah,
not
over
towards
the side. Over the side.
Mhm.
We don't need more liquid in this boat.
Actually, question: is our boat filling with water, or are we currently okay?
You're okay. You're okay. You're in a
okay.
healthy rowboat. Your main
Okay.
ship
Hold up,
is
did you not just say the ship was sinking?
the big
We're
ship.
in a rowboat.
You
We
guys
got
are
We're
in
a
a
big
liquid in
rowboat.
the
ship,
water.
but we're in a
Okay.
rowboat.
You're in a
However,
rowboat.
Okay.
we do need to get away from the big ship, otherwise once it sinks, we will get in.
You get-
Correct.
Okay.
So do any of you have, experience rowing a boat? Because I don't think I do.
Well, I am very attuned to the sea, and yes, I have been in a boat many a times, I would say.
Hands you a oar.
Hands or. how
We do
many...
have oars in said boat, yes?
Correct.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
a
yeah.
healthy rowboat.
Okay.
How many oars are in said rowboat currently?
There's 4.
4.
Oh,
Okay.
Never
So-
mind.
Let's all get to rowing.
Yes. I agree with that.
But this could be
Okay.
like it's a rowboat. So it's like a 2 on each side, you know?
Hmm,
2 on each side.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a canoe. It's a good old.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
But it's a decent
So,
size.
yeah.
It's not a particularly large rowboat. You all 4 fit in there comfortably, but there's not a whole lot of room extra.
Is there anyone else in the boat with us?
Just you 4. You were all 4 thrust into this rowboat, and that's all that could fit.
And they told us to start heading towards Beacon Island, correct?
Correct. Beacon Island is... I'll check it open. You should be able to see the map here.
Yep.
It's on the top right corner. So
Yes.
you guys were... how do I reveal this? I don't know if you can see that. Anyway. Yeah, you're heading towards Beacon Island. Okay. Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Because there's a dark storm brewing. And you don't think there's going to be enough time to hit the mainland. Your best bet is to hit that Beacon Island. So you choose to head that way?
Yes.
Oop, that's a mistake there. Alright, well, you're getting closer. You're getting closer. It's the water's steady. It's not particularly rocky or anything. It's just you feel the winds are picking up, of course, but it's not particularly troublesome. And as you get closer to Beacon Island, maybe 70 feet out, it's a distance, but it's not a ridiculous distance. Your rowboat hits something hard in the dark waters. And you come to a stop. An abrupt stop.
Oh. Okay.
It's Ocean Daddy.
What?
No, not yet.
It's,
not yet. He doesn't lurk that close to the surface. I would know.
There. If you were to look at this thing that you hit, because you slammed right into it, you're gonna take a peek over the edge to see what you hit. It's metal. And could I get a combined education roll for all of you, as well as a spot hidden?
Why is it not working?
Well, shit.
Oh my gosh, that frickin' name. Oh, I did it twice. I apologize.
No worries.
Education, and what did you say the other one was?
Spot hidden is the other one.
Spot hidden
Yes.
under.
Yeah.
Skills. It should be alphabetical. Let's
There
see.
we go.
It's under
Got
sciences on the right side.
I see it.
So let's see. Okay, we have varying successes. A decent amount of successes. Let's see. Who got that? Okay. Yeah, so you're looking at this metal that you hit. It's twisted metal. And it seems to be part of a ship. Now, you would think it's part of a ship. You're pretty confident it's part of a ship. But you haven't heard of any shipwrecks around here. News has been quiet. No one said anything. A ship of this size, like, there would be a story that there's a wreck here. But it's been quiet. And by the condition of the metal, like, there's no life forms on the metal. There's no barnacles. There's no not moss, whatever. No forms of life. You can tell that it hasn't been here very long. So you're stuck right now, currently, on this ship, this piece of a ship. Your boat's not going anywhere, and you're waiting because the storm's brewing. The storm's picking up.
Sorry, how close are we to the island?
About
70 feet out.
70 feet, which is
Okay.
what, like 25 meters. It's like a.
Is it still light out?
Nope,
Like, is there...
it's 8:15. This is nighttime.
Never
Okay.
mind.
Yeah.
How is our boat currently faring? Is it sinking? Is there water coming into it since we crashed into the thing, or is everything?
Nope, it's good. It's just it's stuck. You can't move it. It is lodged.
Can we get up to push it off? Can I try to get it up to push it off?
You can. Do you have a pilot roll? Does anyone have a pilot roll? It would be under.
It would be good if I knew the alphabet. I do not have a pilot roll.
What would it be under?
It's...
I have a pilot book, or I
Yep.
have a pilot. Yes.
All right.
I also have a pilot roll.
I also have a pilot. I found it.
It's under additional, right?
Yeah.
Under additional.
I knew I wasn't a good boatman.
Yeah, whoever wants to roll that, whoever wants to take on that the task of freeing the ship, let me know.
Does the
Would be like-
number that coincides it, like, is that like our number? Does it work the same as our stats?
Yes, it does. Yeah, it's the
We have
exact
to
same.
roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so can we compare stats and see who should do it?
No.
No.
Okay. I definitely should not.
Um,
I think
can I think that I should. What
Okay.
about you crusters?
My name's actually Walter, but I'm not sure where the crusters is coming from.
Not you,
however-
crusty.
I am apparently pretty crusty at piloting, so I would
Okay.
recommend that you attempt.
Okay.
it could be.
Sure.
You might have like a little bit of crust on your eye there. Oh,
Oh,
What is it? 60 versus 40.
mhm.
we're
Alright.
sinking.
So as you try to free this boat, you're pushing with your oar into
Mhm.
the metal piece itself. You
Mhm.
slip, and the boat rocks, and it hits a sharp
Mhm.
piece of the metal and punctures a hole into the boat.
Oh no!
So now you're taking on
Okay.
a bit of water. You're taking on a bit of water.
That
It's
didn't
not.
sound great.
How far underneath us is this ship? Obviously, if we're hitting it, it's pretty close to the surface, correct?
Pretty close, yeah.
And we're 70 feet from
About,
shore, right?
about 70 feet, yeah. It's
It-
swimmable, but it's not enjoyably swimmable.
Right. Can we see how much of the ship, like, is it possible to potentially exit the boat and use the sunken ship as a way to walk over?
It would not be.
Okay.
Mm.
So after we got punctured, are we now loose but sinking, or are we still stuck?
You're still
On the
stuck in
metal
sinking,
piece.
unfortunately. You're
Oh,
still stuck
good,
in.
good.
It's a double negative. Yeah.
Okay.
So is the metal going down with us then? Or are we sitting on top of the metal and we're only going to go down so far, but we're still going to be taking on water?
The latter.
Okay.
So you're essentially stuck. You
Do we
can't go
have-
anywhere. You're taking on water. Your boat's.
Do we have any kind of bailing kit?
We're
They.
wearing life jackets.
You're not wearing life jackets or a bailing kit. This is unfortunately a scramble to get you into that boat. It's very last minute.
Okay.
And are there any materials that we could use to repair the boat?
No. But that being
Okay.
said, 70 feet. It's not a horrible distance from the shore.
Yeah, fuck this. I'm out. I
Yeah.
jump out of the boat and start swimming.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
I'm apparently a not great swimmer, but I'll try it.
That's
That's accurate to real life, so.
So do you need us? Those of
Yeah.
us who are-
Whoever's jumping out of the boat, please roll a swim roll, please.
Oh no, there's a swim roll? I didn't
Yeah,
even
there
check
is.
that before I jumped out.
It's under sciences.
Can I search the boat that's underwater?
You.
For supplies or anything?
Bye, guys.
You've seen wreckage of a boat. It's not a whole boat. It's chunks of metals, large chunks of metals pieces, but it's also very, very dark. out.
Okay.
There's no light going on except for the small light at the base of this lighthouse. Because the lighthouse
as
itself.
I'm drowning, I'm like, Florence, help.
How is it? How strong of a swimmer am I? Am I able to potentially grab somebody else and
Yep.
bring them with me?
You definitely could. You definitely could. You're a healthy
Okay.
swimmer.
Okay.
Okay. I'm also gonna jump out since I
Okay.
can't search whatever is there.
Do I have the ability, since I apparently cannot swim, to climb back into the boat?
By a
The,
hair.
the current has pulled you away from it since you all jumped out, and now you're all swimming towards the island. But
Okay.
in different
Noctis,
stages.
Sir D's.
You can also call me Newt if you like. I realize
Yes.
that's how it was supposed to be pronounced. It was supposed to be Sir
Mm.
Newt of D's, but I had a stroke when I read it, and
I'm
you
gonna
can
call
just
you
call
Sir
me
D's.
you can call me Sir D's or Newt if you like, whichever.
Okay. We are both currently. I'm saying this as I am leisurely swimming back towards the island. We may be able to save our two unfortunate.
Yeah, I can carry Walter. I can try to carry Walter on my back? Question mark. DM.
Correct? You could definitely carry him.
Okay.
Or drag him along
Yeah.
of sorts.
And I'm
Yeah.
going to
Hold on to
attempt.
my feet. Just don't get kicked in the face.
And as you... What's it called?
I am
Doggy paddle.
Doggy
Doggy
paddle.
paddle. Yeah,
Doggy
just
paddle?
doggy paddle to the island with Tim on tow.
if we're doggy paddling, we are not strong swimmers.
No,
I
I'm the
literally
one
passed
doggy
by
paddling.
one.
I am also
passed
going
by
to grab Kip and bring Kip with me. So
All right.
that is going to be my play. Do we need to roll for the success for that?
No,
or-
you guys are
Okay.
good. You're decent swimmers.
Okay.
So you make your way to this beacon island. As I mentioned, you're just seeing a faint light in the bottom. That's your beacon of hope. Is this little island to save you?
Mhm.
And you arrive on the north side of the island, which is a little pier. It's like a dock of sorts.
Okay.
You should see that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so itty bitty.
Yeah, zoom in a little
It
bit
is.
if you want. You can zoom in on top, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
but then
forgot
that would
Roll20 does
ruin
that.
my perfect layout.
Well, it's a reference. It's just a reference.
Yeah.
You can't see the party location, is that correct?
I can, yes.
I can see the
yes.
circle. I can kind
Oh,
of
wait.
tell that it's this party location.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's fine. I just have to move
The
it.
thing's like the size of my thumb on my screen. A 32-inch monitor.
Yeah. So you make your way to this dock. Sorry, you arrive to the dock. You're all soaking wet, kind of cold, disheveled, cranky, a bit scared too, because it's been an ordeal.
Mhm.
And you see two things in front of you. You see a cottage with the door slightly ajar and a faint but steady light shooting out of the front door. And additionally, you see a path to the left that winds around the cottage.
Okay.
That's it. Okay.
That's it. That's all you
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
It's dark. It's pitch
Um,
black out. There's not much light going on here.
Well, thanks for getting me to safety. I appreciate
Can
it.
we
I appreciate
can we
you.
investigate what type of light source it is?
By going into the
Is it a
cottage,
lantern?
you'd have to
Okay.
go into the cottage to see.
Before going in, I would like to mention that the fact that the lighthouse's light was not on before a storm, and while it is dark outside, is kind of suspicious.
Yeah.
So we should maybe be a little bit careful while we're out here.
Aw. Don't be so suspicious.
Can we maybe
That's
want
my
to try
job.
sneaking around the back?
I am also suspicious and would like to not enter an open door cottage just willy-nilly. I would potentially like to investigate the path going behind the cottage or Are there windows on the cottage, or can we tell?
It's too
Well,
dark
it's
to really
shining
see.
through a window, right?
No, it's
I
shining
mean,
through a
can-
slightly ajar door.
Can I hear
Okay.
anything
Um,
that might give us?
Yeah, you hear a hum in the background. A steady.
Coming from the cottage,
Yeah.
You can't tell.
or just we?
Just
okay.
in the air. Just in the air.
Is it
There's
a? Oh, go ahead.
just a
Is there
steady.
light enough on? Sorry,
No,
I didn't
no.
know
You could go.
who
You
was
could go.
going ahead.
You could go.
No, you go first. Answer the other question first.
What was the other question, sorry?
You said there's a steady what?
Hum. A steady hum. Like a
Okay.
It's faint, but not too faint.
Can I also make sure that we're all like healthy? Like nothing was attached itself to us in the water, like a first aid kit or a check or something like that,
You could roll a. Let's see what you got.
or a medical.
First aid or medical or some sorts. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, not medicine. I'll do first aid.
You check everyone over. You give them like a pat down, a little eye check, and everyone's healthy. Everyone's healthy. They're cold. They're cold. They're wet, cold. It's dark. Kind of miserable, but nothing's attached to themselves. Nothing attached itself to you. It's just it was just a cold swim. It's unfortunate. No cuts or anything like that. Just a bit of exhaustion, if anything.
If we were to walk around the path, from what we can see currently, would there be light illuminating us enough for someone else to see us, or would we be fairly hidden?
You'd
From
be
what we
fairly
can
hidden.
tell.
You'd be fairly hidden.
Okay.
There is a moon, of course, but it's not particularly bright. It's enough that you can make out dark shapes in the distance, and you can see it like when you're close up. But it's not shining bright to reveal the whole world.
Okay.
Is the humming? Can any of us distinguish if the humming is like a machinery like hum, like the humming of a machine operating, or if it's like a human made?
If you want to roll a mechanical check or electrical repair, maybe you could see if it's what it sounds like.
Okay, which one is that on the...
Mechanical repair, maybe. I have that, but I definitely should not be rolling it.
I'm probably pretty good at electrical repair. I'm not sure how you guys feel about your own skills there.
We'll start with Puff, because Puff is trying to listen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can go ahead and roll. It's not going to be great though.
You can't tell. It's just a hum for yourself.
Okay.
What is the listen?
Sound or skill?
Yeah.
Skill. Like,
What
would
is it?
I be able to determine what I'm hearing if I were to do a listen skill check?
Mm.
Was
That's
that mostly for like eavesdropping and stuff?
That's mostly for eavesdropping.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
I would also like to attempt to determine what the noise is.
Yeah, for sure. Extreme success. That's our
Extreme
first
success.
extreme.
Perfect.
Extreme. So you could tell, just from your history and your past life, that this is an electric generator.
Oh, but the light's not on. Interesting.
There's a light in the front door that's
Yes.
coming out of the slightly ajar door. The main light, correct. Main
Not
light's
the big
on.
boy
Not the big boy.
upstairs.
Not the big boy. No, that's correct.
It's like
Yeah,
it's just an engine running as a generator.
Yeah, it's
Well,
a generator. It's an electric generator.
I say we head in. We go quietly and check our surroundings, but we go in because we're gonna get colder as the night goes on, and we're wet.
Yeah. I also want to see if the light source is like a lantern or something that we can actually use for our own
Like take with
purposes.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys say?
Are we allowed to momentarily split up and have two people go towards the light?
Yeah, for sure.
And then two just to kind of keep an eye out in case we see any kind of suspicious movement. And then if the two who have gone see that it's clear, they can call us towards them, and we can start moving that way. Is that
If you'd
an
like.
option?
You could do whatever you like. Yeah.
Okay.
How does
Alright, so Skies and I can
I-
go in, and then you guys can keep watch if you want.
Or if you'd like, I can approach the door. I am an FBI agent, so I could go up, knock, check, and
Fair.
make sure everything, like, say FBI, we've had an
FBI,
emergency,
open up!
whatever.
FBI, open up!
You know, whatever you guys would like, or if you'd like me to stay
Yeah.
back and kind of look around.
Casually takes a step back from
To
Walter.
be perfectly fair, I think you probably are the most qualified.
Correct. Correct.
I can come with you as like backup though if you want.
Okay.
If you want to go with
That's fine.
Florence, Kip.
Yes, I will go
I'm
with
really bad
Florence.
with names. I apologize.
It's okay.
I wrote them down at the top of my page.
I did too.
I can see them. I can see them from the rolls in chat. So.
Nice.
And that's how I'm keeping track.
And I'm not lucky enough to have a notebook. So fancy.
So we have
10 of them up here.
Ship knocked us
Anyways.
a notebook. Somebody, please.
Yeah. All right.
have
Yeah,
two people
I'll stay
going
with
in?
Florence.
Yeah.
Sir Nut of D's and
Newt.
Walter. Sir Newt. Sorry, my apologies, sir. Sir Newt of D's and Walter are headed into the front door. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Approach the front door, not going in yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Approach and just scope it out.
So
I'm watching the water while we're. If Florence, you want to watch
I
the
am-
door, I'm gonna watch the water. Or unless.
I can watch whichever one you feel more adept at. I am a marine biologist. I can keep an eye on the water or the path that is leading away from the house. One of us, I think, should keep an eye on that or around the cottage. That
I'm not
path.
gonna lie, I'll probably get distracted if I watch the water.
Okay. I'll watch the water.
All right. It's very fascinating.
all right. So does anything occur while we're walking up, or are we at the door?
The two of you walk up to the door successfully. Yep. There's nothing
Okay.
going on. You're just walking. You're cold. The storm is starting to brew now, though. It's raining heavily, or decently
Okay.
at least. It's lightning and such, and wind is blowing around. Leaves are blowing around, and the brush is kind of waving back and forth.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm curious as well. Has the sound of the storm covered up the sound of the generator?
Nope. You still hear the generator. It's still going steady. It's still in the background. It's not crazily loud, of course, but it's a steady hum, and it's the
Okay,
frequency
okay.
of it is you still hear that.
Okay.
Okay. Come.
Go ahead.
No, I just realized that if we were to peek inside, you're probably best to do it. So it wouldn't make sense for me to do it.
Are there any windows on the front of the building?
In the front, no.
Okay. So as I'm walking up, I'm going to knock on the door frame, not directly on the door itself, and loudly say, "Hi, I'm an FBI agent. We just got in a boat crash, in a boat wreck, and we are seeking shelter. Is anyone home?"
You say that, but there's no response, unfortunately. It's
There's no
still
response?
there's no response. You just hear the rain. You don't hear any voices or anything call out to you or make a sound inside the house. And
Okay.
you have two friends watching your back currently. Could I get a spot hidden from Kip?
Most certainly may. Holy fuck.
Lord.
I got distracted. I was looking at all the pretty things, you know?
So Kip's looking around. And she's browsing, of course, like making sure everything's safe and good. And she sees the brush move, but a piece of brush Doesn't move like the rest, unfortunately, for a split second. But it could be your mind. Could be the wind. The wind is very heavy today, and you
Maybe
don't
I
know
ate something funny.
for sure.
Just seeing things.
Am I allowed to turn to check on the happenings inside the house? And also in the direction that Kip is looking, just to check on her and do a spot hidden, or
You want a spot hidden towards she was looking?
potentially,
Sure.
if that is allowed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Extreme success.
There we go.
As you look over towards Kip, who shakily pointed towards the brush that was not lined up, just like, she was giving you a little heads up.
Mm-hmm.
You move your head and you catch something on the corner of your eye. But by the time you look at where it is, there's nothing there.
Okay. Do I catch it out of the corner of my eye? Do I register at all whether it is potentially humanoid or if it is more
It's dark.
like an
It's
animal?
it's a movement, but
It's
it's
too
very
dark.
dark. Yeah, it's just a shadow essentially. That's just...
Okay. I am going to be alarmed by this. And Kip, even though it may just be the dark and the fact that the storm is approaching, I do not necessarily know if we are... Did this happen on the side of the house or, like, closer to the front door?
Let me look at the map here. It would have been this area here. The little brush right there.
Okay. And then...
You can see this too, actually.
Yeah, I want to see where the front of the house is.
Yeah, I can share all that.
Okay.
This is what you see currently.
Okay. Kip, I do not currently feel safe. I think we should move closer to the others if possible.
Okay.
And we should be together. One of us should keep an eye towards that brush, though, and the other one just kind of watching the ocean as we slowly make our way towards Walter and Newt.
Okay. I can keep an eye on that bush.
You better keep 2 eyes on that bush.
Okay, I'll keep both my eyes on that bush.
So you're heading over towards... Oops, sorry.
Stares very intensely at said bush.
At said bush. Yeah, we're going to slowly, I'm going to actually kind of grab Kip just to keep us close.
Especially if I'm looking at that bush. I ain't looking where we're walking. Links my arm.
I would like to slowly start making our way towards Walter and Newt. But is there anything I can roll to potentially analyze the closeness of the storm?
You're in a storm currently. Sorry, it's raining right now.
Oh, but is it like it's here, or it's like the edge of it has met us, and then the worst of the storm is still to come?
The edge has met you, and like I guess the worst is still... It's on its way. It's still progressing towards you. Yeah, but it's just raining. It's just it's dark. It's raining. You can see lightning flashing in the distance.
Walter, I say that we start making our way inside because we want to make sure that this is safe for everyone before we bring everyone in for shelter, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my gun.
And then I pull out my gun.
It's going to be to my side. Actually, I'm going to put my hand on my gun. I'm not going to draw it. Let me backtrack there. And I'm going to not enter, but go ahead and push the door. Does it swing inward or outward?
Swings inwards.
Okay, I'm going to push the door inward, and try to peek around the corners as much as possible to see as much of the interior as I can before entering.
All right. Yep.
You said there's a light on. Do I see anything?
You see? Let me share with this. This is what you currently see. There is a hallway as soon as you open the door. It's a straight hallway. And on the left-hand side, there seems to be light shining into the hallway from this room on the first door on the left side. What else do you see? So the hallway itself is dark.
Tell us, Mr. God.
The hallway itself is dark, but the light is shining in from that door on the left-hand side.
Okay, and the door's all the way open, and this is all that I can see?
Correct. It's like half open, of sorts. So like the light is shining through that. Oh wait, your front door. Sorry. Yeah, front door is open all the way. Yeah.
Okay, the front door's all the way open, and this is all that I can see. Okay.
It's a bit dark. It's a bit dark, but you see that one light.
I say we check the light source first before anything, because we'll need the light to get around, like to check the rest of the cabin, right?
Yes. Now, I do have a question. Is the light that we can see currently, are we able to tell, is this an electric light? Is it candles? Is it a lantern? What type of light source is there currently?
The light's steady. It's not flickering like a candle or a lantern would. It's pretty steady. It's from what you've seen of lights in the past, this would be a light bulb.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe,
so
can we check if there's light switches anywhere in like our immediate area?
You can, yep. And you feel around for a light switch, and you turn it on, and you see a hallway that is lit up. So the first thing that catches your eye is on the right-hand side as soon as you walk in. There is 3 coat hooks by the door. One of which currently has like an oilskin, like one of those old jackets that prevent rain from getting in. The other 2 excuse me. The other 2 coat hooks are empty there. There is also 2 galoshes, which are like pants, I believe, like waterproof pants.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a waterproof outfit. Like this is a maritime location.
Yep.
Everything's waterproof, of course.
Okay.
You see that? You see a pair of indoor shoes in a tray, and 2 oil lanterns hanging from hooks next to the jackets.
Okay.
Nice.
Looks, you see quite a bit. The light was illuminating the whole hallway, so that's the first thing that caught your eye. Can I get a spot hidden from Walter?
Sure.
Hey, let's go.
Nice.
That's cool.
Extreme, or is that regular success?
Yep.
You notice 2 bullets lodged in the hallway floor.
Okay.
And could you also give me a firearms or an int roll? Of your choice. We'll say firearms.
Okay. I have like firearm skill or specific skill.
Oh, it's firearms, handgun. Apologies.
Handgun specifically. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But you have luck. Remember that.
You do have luck, if you wish.
So I'd need 6 for it to be a success.
Correct. 5. Or I believe it's even or under. So you would need
Okay.
5, but that permanently takes out of your luck.
Right.
What was your luck again?
55.
Yes,
I will not use my luck. We'll see what
Okay,
happens.
yeah, for sure. Yep. So yeah, you just see the
Okay.
2 bullet holes lodged in the hallway floor. You see 2 doors on either side of this hallway. There's still
Okay.
that light on that door on the left-hand side. The first door on the left-hand side.
Yep.
On the second door on the left-hand side, you see blood from that door heading towards the staircase here. And
Okay.
seeing this blood causes you a bit of disturbance. And I'm going to need to give you a... Sorry, I need you to roll me a sanity roll.
Hey, hard success.
But you know, as an
Good
FBI
success.
agent, it doesn't bother you. You've seen blood in the past. You've seen bullets, and you got nerves of steel. So nothing happens here. It's just blood. It unsettles you, of course, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, it's blood.
Okay.
Additionally, at the end of the hallway, you see 3 largest gold coins on the floor, just by that blood.
Okay. Is there any other information for you to give me at the moment, or
That's it. That's
am I good
currently
to
you
ask
see.
questions?
Yeah, you could ask questions.
Okay. First question: is the blood like pooling and running, or is it just like drips in a path, or what? What are?
It's more of like a drips of sorts.
Okay.
Not a pool.
Okay. Second, you said there's waterproof galoshes in a jacket. Is there any water dripping off of it currently, or is it dry?
They're dry. They're dry.
Okay. Well, Sir Sir Newt.
Yeah,
I
Noop.
believe, even given the circumstances here, that we should call our companions up here.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn around and yell back to them. Well, actually, first, I'm gonna try to get their attention without yelling. Is that successful?
It is successful. Yep.
Okay,
It's
so
only
I'm gonna
you have
wave
light
them up.
illuminating from outside this door, so now you can see. They can see you standing in that doorway.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wave them up to us.
Okay. Before I get up there, I want to take one last look and just take in what I can of this building and the bush and the view, basically, for my own inspiration.
For sure. Yeah. So you see the cottage below this lighthouse, where the FBI agent has walked into. You see thicket on your left, on your right, and next to the cottage is it's like a dirt path that's been walked on before. It's muddy, of course, it's wet. So you could see could I actually get a spot hidden from you?
Yep.
Nice.
Let's go. Hard success.
Hard success. Okay. Yeah, so you see that path. And there is small muddy animal-like footprints on that path. But beneath the animal footprints are boot prints. So they're it's 2 stages of dirt, if you will. So boot prints initially, small animal prints on top of them.
Okay.
And if you want to, you could roll a natural world or science to get an idea of this animal.
Sure. I will do that as soon as I find that. Natural world or science, he says.
Biology or
I
zoology.
don't even have science, so natural it is. Success.
Great success.
The small the animal footprints, they look like sorry, regular success? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just a
They're
regular success.
they're duck-like in nature.
They're duck-like. I love ducks. And I kind of make my way back up to the door. Quite happy. Ducks are great.
When
Do you see the little duck prints?
when
They're so
Kip
cute.
makes this comment
Mm-hmm.
of liking ducks, can I, if I were to inspect them, would I see anything different? Potentially, or are they what they are?
They're what they are. They're duck prints. No, not they're duck-like. Sorry.
Okay. So if I were to inspect them with any of my stuff, I would not learn any differently.
I don't imagine. So you have experience and you take a look over as well, and you see that they're duck-like.
Okay.
Don't you love ducks?
I love ducks.
I think they're so cute.
I am going to make a note of that for myself. And then I would like to look back at the water, even though we have moved away from it one last time, and kind of observe that and see if there's anything I notice differently about that. What should I... do you need me to observe
You could roll
anything?
no, you just see that it's stormy, it's dark as well. The waves are pouring in, the rain is hammering down now. Thunder,
Okay.
you see thunder and lightning in the distance. You can't see thunder,
Okay.
you hear thunder. You see lightning in the distance.
So nothing, I don't notice
Nothing of
anything out of
notes,
the
nothing of
ordinary.
notes, no. Nothing
Okay.
out of the ordinary, no.
I am going to grab a hold of Kip again, and we are going to start jogging, quick jogging, still quiet enough not to be heard, but we are going to make our way to the other two as fast as possible.
Yep, for sure. You do that. It's wet, of course. You're making noise in the ground.
Right.
It's like sloshy kind of sorts, but you do meet up with them successfully, and now I believe you're all together.
Okay.
I-
Quick
oh.
question. I forget. Did you say that the galoshes were dry? I
The
apologize.
galoshes are dry indeed. There are,
Okay.
I believe I said, yeah, 2 pairs of galoshes, and they're dry. Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have the ability, upon seeing these rain suits, essentially, to inspect them?
You
Like-
take a look at them. They're standard 1920s oilskin equipment.
No pockets or anything?
No pockets, but they're empty.
Okay.
They're just traditional rain gear of sorts for a rainy area.
Okay.
But
Right.
you do look at the 2 oil lanterns hanging from the hooks, and you notice there's another hook, and there's a lantern missing.
Okay.
Oh.
And the
Do
blood
I
is
also... Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Do I also notice the missing lantern?
Yeah, you all kind of notice that.
Hmm.
Some of this equipment has gone missing. There's 3 hooks essentially for 3 sets of gear, and one is not
Gotcha.
not there.
I wonder if the fellow who left the prints out there headed out that way. Have I seen the blood yet?
Yeah, that was going to be my next
Oh yeah,
question.
if you
Kip
walked
and I
into the
seen
door,
blood.
if you have walked into the door, you have walked into the door. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Has Newt walked in as well? I believe so.
Yes, I turned on the lights.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So y'all, I would need sanity rolls for all 3 of you, unfortunately,
Uh-oh.
because you all
Uh,
see the
sanity
blood.
rolls?
You all see the blood, and you all see that hallway with the 2 doors on each side.
Success!
Where's sanity?
It's a very
Oh,
normal
there-
thing in my line of work.
Oh! D's!
Yeah.
Oh, why is
The
mine not
third.
Hey, critical success! Let's
Oh no,
go.
hold on. The
It was a
first one.
hard
It's the
success
first
at
one.
first.
Yeah. It accidentally
Hard
went
success is
twice.
still good.
So the two of you, you do see this blood. It's unsettling, of course, but it's doesn't bother you as much as it bothers Sir Newt. Sir Newt, he sees blood. And he knows there's trouble afoot here, and he doesn't like it. So he loses 1 point of sanity, unfortunately. So
Ooh.
Sir Newt, could you change your sanity from what it is to 1 down?
Oh, sorry, I realized I was muted.
No worries.
Yes, I did. Good. That's less of a punishment than I expected with a failure like that.
Yeah.
Welcome.
This is blood.
Welcome to Lovecraft.
Does any of this, like any of this area that I've kind of seen, or this building, or anything in where we are look familiar to anything I might have seen in paintings or in my studies while traveling through the eastern Cape towns?
That's a great question. That is an excellent question. 1 moment, please. I don't
Please
believe
hold.
so. I think it's just
Okay.
it's just
It's
like
just a regular run of
just
your
like
mill.
yeah, it's just a run of the mill
Yeah. Okay.
island, small island of sorts.
My question is, it's kind of to them, but kind of to you as well, Chris. Whether you guys noticed which direction the footsteps were going after we have now shared information about what was seen since we've met up.
You said
They would have headed south.
Like
On that.
towards the
like away from the
dock.
door towards the door.
Let me just pull up the.
Yeah, I don't think we have a compass right now.
Yeah, we don't.
Because we landed on the north side, so if they're going south,
Correct. So they are going. Can I draw here? They would have gone like this.
Yeah.
You can see
Okay,
that.
that's what you did say. They like left the. That was what I pictured. Towards
they're
the
going
path.
Towards the path.
out
yeah,
of the
correct,
door
yeah.
towards the path, and then up the path.
Up the
Correct.
path.
Correct.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. You did say
So
that. yeah,
away
yeah.
from
Is there
not near the bush. Sorry, Sir
No,
Dees.
no. It's all good. Is there any form of lock on the front door of the
I was
cabin?
about to ask.
Of the cabin, yeah, on the inside there is a chain lock, like one of those apartment locks of sorts where you put a little chain and gives it a little security.
So it can't be unlocked from the outside without being broken into.
Yep, that's
Is the
correct.
chain lock still intact? And
Yep, it was.
functional?
Yep, it's functional. Yeah,
Okay.
it's functional. Yep.
Okay, so before we lock the door, we have to question. Like, we have evidence to show that someone has left, but we also don't know how many people live here. So I would say maybe avoid locking the door, because we don't want to lock people out, but we also don't want to lock ourselves in if there's someone or something else in here, right?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
but hear me out. There's blood. There's footprints leaving. There's 2 left. I don't know. Sounds like there's 2 people missing, and we should probably
Yeah.
find those 2 people because the person that left is probably the person that either caused the blood or is bleeding.
Yeah, and there's
Did I see
Yeah.
any blood on those tracks?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
It's raining heavily though, so if you did, it
Right.
washes
So
away.
even if I did,
Yeah.
And dark.
Yeah.
And if
And
it's
dark.
raining heavily, those are they would have had to somewhat be recent. I would assume.
Correct. They would have to be recent.
is
I
the
guess it
door
just started
loud?
raining.
Like, is it squeaky? Does it make noises when it opens, or is it like oiled and it just
The door, sorry?
yeah, the front door. Like if
It's
whenever
smooth. It's somewhat creaky for a 1920s house, but doesn't make a lot of noises.
okay, so nothing that we would be able to hear from far away.
No.
Where are these gold coins located?
Do you see where it says about 12? Those 3 little dots on the map? They're at the end of the
We don't
hallway.
have
So.
that.
No.
Oh, you don't see it?
Yeah,
No.
we don't have that in vision.
Not the coins. We do see the stairs.
Yeah, we don't see number
Okay.
12.
Well, they're at the bottom of the stairs.
So
Close
closer
to the blood. Close to the blood. Yeah.
I know that Walter asked if the blood was like dripping, but from what we can see, does it look dried or is it still wet?
I'm gonna need. Assuming you're heading over there, or are you just looking from a distance?
I want to see if I can tell from a distance. If not, I will make my way slightly closer in order to be able to attempt to see if it looks.
I get a first aid or like a medicine roll.
Okay. Are they both in the same category?
I believe so. First aid or medicine.
Okay. Well, this one's gonna be rough. Yep.
Oof.
Is it 1? Ooh. You can't tell, unfortunately, from this your experience with blood. You know, it could be. It's wet, but it's not like dried up or anything.
Okay.
We don't know how old it is exactly.
Okay, but I can tell if it's dry or not.
Yeah, it's not dry.
Okay.
So you said it was first aid or medicine, right? Could I check?
If you want to go to the blood and take a peek.
What do you guys think?
Kip's gonna walk over the blood and just pick up the gold coins.
You're gonna pick up the coins. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All
Yep.
right.
As Kip begins walking that direction, though, I'm going to pull my gun out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not at
It's no
me.
longer just holding on my hip. It's out. It's ready.
Are you pointing towards the direction we are all heading, or
Are you pointing it at me?
The
Yeah.
gun is down towards the ground, but it is out and in my hand.
It's
I'm
at the ready.
I am also going to grab a lantern.
Well, that seems a little dramatic, Walter. continues to walk over to the gold coins.
So
I'm
just
I'm gonna grab a lantern as well.
to let you know, this isn't like Dungeons and Dragons where you have pockets and stuff like that, like of immense.
Gotcha.
So you're holding a lantern and you're holding a gun. You have no free hands when you do that.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So Walter is aiming his
actually-
gun with one hand.
Yeah. I'm trained though. Don't worry.
Yeah, he can do
Hang on.
like the flashlight thing. Instead, he's holding a lantern underneath.
I do have a question about the lantern though, as I'm holding it.
Yeah.
Am I able? Like, does it have an igniter, or do I
Yep.
need like a match or something
No,
to
it's
ignite
it's
it?
got like one of those twist igniters, and
Okay.
as you jiggle around, it's got like half a canister of oil already.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna
and
take
my
one
other-
and go in the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. My other question is it a directional lantern, like a sea lantern, or is it just a general like
It's like a general
area lantern?
area lantern, but it's kind of
Okay.
waterproof too. It's a maritime lantern. Maritime.
Okay, so it's general area. It's not a directional, not like a flashlight would be.
Not like a flashlight, no, just like a soft lantern.
Okay.
Waterproof maritime lantern in the
Well,
20s.
it's got like a
I am also going to turn to my back facing Kip, who has stepped over the blood and gathered the coins, and I'm gonna face the door just to keep an eye on that.
We did close the door, correct? We didn't lock it, but
No.
we closed it.
I don't think
I
we
don't believe so.
No one said that they closed it.
did. No.
Okay, I'm gonna close the door.
Okay, the door is closed.
And I'm gonna use the lantern to peek inside the room where the light is coming from.
All right.
Did you not want to inspect the blood, Newt?
Well, you guys are already we don't need 3 people inspecting
Oh,
the
yeah,
blood.
yeah.
We've already got 2,
Okay.
so I'm gonna use my
Oh,
on,
Kip
efforts this
said
way.
forget the blood and went for the coin.
Yeah,
Does anything happen to Kip before we start all going different directions
Yeah.
here?
yeah, good call.
She picks up the coins and, without even looking at them, holds them in her hand.
I don't know
Oh.
what you guys are all freaked out
And
about.
they're fairly
Can I
large, sir.
inspect the coins?
You
I think
definitely
I
can.
should inspect the coins. I'm an antique dealer.
Oh well, you
Hmm.
didn't say that, Newt. So
Well,
that's cool to know. I love
I'm
knowing
saying
this.
it now.
We should get together sometime after this. I'd love to like pick your brain. I would like to inspect them before I give them to
Okay.
Newt.
Could you give me a praise roll?
Yeah, I can.
Oh,
They just look pretty.
They look pretty. They're heavy. They're hefty.
There you go.
But,
All right. I'll
Give them
take a
to
look
Newt.
at those. praise
Nothing
roll?
fancy about those.
a praise roll, yeah. Nothing fancy that you could tell.
oh, thank God.
There we go.
You could tell that these are sizable coins. They're solid, and they are solid gold. If you will, they'd be 100% gold as close to it as it can be. One side of the coin depicts like an obelisk of sort, like a tower
stones.
obelisk. And you flip the coin over, and it's covered in like sigils and disturbing designs almost. Could you give me a occult roll? Occult.
Occult, depending on
Yeah.
depending on where you're from, I guess.
That's for
Alrighty,
Sir Newt.
here we go.
Oh,
Wait, wait, okay. Can I not do that roll? As I
Yeah,
look
we'll
at them?
pass it back and forth.
Yeah.
I'll appraise the value.
No,
and
I mean like with my
potato.
history, with my knowledge in like the arts and whatever, would I not also be able to do that roll from what I was
Well,
looking
as Sir Newt hands it back to you and describes, there's an obelisk on the front, there's some sigils on the back. Do you want to take a closer look? You could roll an occult roll as well.
Okay.
But unfortunately, you can't make out. It's just
the cold and the wet. It's just
it's
my
getting to your
brain is
head.
too fuzzy.
Anybody
for
else
that.
want to take a try?
I would like to try. I'm going to walk over there to look at this
Oh my
coin as
God.
well.
You have
Walter
to choose.
takes-
You have to choose. Sorry.
Oop.
You have to choose to put either your gun or the light down
It's true. His hands are
to
full.
look at one of those.
I will take the light from Walter in order for him to take.
You're all
the-
passing
Well,
this coin around and
If
taking
I
a look
give
at
you
it.
the light, no, I'll hand the light over.
Give me your light or your gun. Pick one.
I'll keep my gun. You can have the light. All right. So I'm going to inspect the coin as well.
There we go.
Okay, yeah. So you look at
Jeez.
this coin and the strange sigils on it, and the sigils seem to hold like a deeper meaning to you. You don't know what the meaning is, but you know that these sigils are used in like remote religious tribes in the South Seas.
In the South Seas of.
The South Seas. The South Seas.
Okay.
So seas of these nuts.
And it's like it's
Oh my god.
the sigils are like aquatic, if anything.
Sir D's. Please refrain.
Are we in the
Story-
South
it's
Seas or are we in the
literally-
North
It's
Seas?
literally my family history.
You're
You are-
in Massachusetts.
Yes, I understand that, but are we? Like,
You
is
would be-
that?
You
I
in
don't.
in the South Seas.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
I
we
know
are in the
nothing
South
about
Seas.
the U.S. Okay.
No, I have no idea. The South Seas is not a thing that I am aware of.
I meant Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. It's near New York.
Jeez.
It's
Gotcha.
north. It's north of where most people in Canada live.
Gotcha. Understood. Yes, I
Yeah.
actually understand that.
Yeah.
You're talking about that 70 or 60% line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So
Cool.
you all take a look at this coin pretty much, and Walter figures out that it's got some weird, disturbing sigils on it that he recognizes from religious tribes of the South Seas.
So you're saying I can't keep these coins because I don't have pockets. It's just like in
You
my
have
hand.
pockets. No, sorry. Yeah, well, you have like small pockets. You don't have like a bag of infinite.
Can I like stick one of the coins in my pocket then?
You can. Yeah.
I
How
will
big
remind
are
you I'm
they?
a cop.
Are they?
They're about this big.
Okay, so they like take up my pocket. You
They're
saw
sizable.
nothing, Sir Walter. You saw nothing. I turn around. We should probably check out the rest of this place, see if anyone is actually alive.
Yeah.
Also, if there's any food.
I'm gonna check the room where the light came from at the entrance of the cabin.
That first door to the left.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. First door on the left.
While he's walking over there, may I, now that I'm next to the blood, may I inspect the blood and see if there's anything else I notice?
Yeah. So while I was walking over there, you would have to do a medicine
First
or
aid?
first aid. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, as well. You can tell it's wet. It's wet blood. It's not dried.
All right.
So
I take a
Newt-
look at the blood.
Apologies.
Can I look at it too?
You can sure.
Inspect it?
Yeah, you can all take a look at this blood and these coins.
I'm
am I
walking over
failing
to the door
everything?
very slowly. I'm walking
It's
in
a
slow
roll.
motion. So you guys
You're just
have all
looking
the
back,
time in the
wondering why the
world.
fuck we're taking so long.
It's
You're
blood.
like, come
It's blood.
on.
I like walk with you.
Oh.
So taking a peek through that door. That's the light is shining out from.
Yeah, I'm peeking through the ajar door.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you see inside is a study of sorts.
Okay.
The study contains like 3 armchairs in the center of the room. There's a door to the south that leads somewhere. There is, excuse me, two desks. One is a roll-top writing desk, which is the one farthest from you, towards the outside wall.
Okay.
And then right to the left is another desk of sorts. The roll-top desk is like one of those opening closing kind of door desks, so like it's closed currently.
Okay.
But the one to the left is just a flat desk with a bunch of books on maritime tales. There's a bird book. There's a repair manual for the lighthouse. There's a pipe and some tobacco, binoculars, sketchbook, pencils, watercolor paints, and what appears to be a finished watercolor sits on the table besides some other paintings.
Okay, I think before we check more to see what we can find, I think we should make sure that there's nobody here first. So I think we should keep checking the other rooms.
Yep. Can I do a quick glance at those paintings though, just to see if there's a signature?
Yeah, if you want to come into the room and take a look.
Oh yeah, sorry, I followed him into the room.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so you also see 2 chairs. The chair that would be in front of the watercolor table is on his back. And you can take a look at...
Oh.
Like it's been knocked over. It's on his back. It's not like a standing upright.
I don't know how I wouldn't have seen that when I first walked in, Mr. God.
Well,
You're looking around.
I'm looking a little bit more closely than you are. Obviously. It's my pristine eye, you know? I just have an eye for these things.
God, the antique dealer and the artist are going to break out into a brawl here soon.
Actually, sir, you do notice that. You do notice that chair too. Can I get an int roll off you?
Oh no!
Int roll. Great success.
So
great success. Great
it doesn't
success.
look like a chair that's been in a fight or anything. It looks like someone was sitting down, working on something at the desk, and got up in a hurry and didn't even have time to pick this chair up as they left. So it's just flat on his back.
Gotcha.
Okay. So it was just more of a hurry rather than a struggle.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Did you want to look at those paintings you said?
Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick look to see if there was like a signature, if I recognize from my...
Excuse me. So you're gonna go for the first painting, which is on top of the stack, or rather next to the stack of paintings.
Mm-hmm.
This piece seems to show a window, and beyond the window is a dark, shadowy figure with wide eyes leering through the window.
No! I hate this.
And you look over at the window in the room. And it's the same window. You're certain that painting is of this window. Can I get a sanity roll off you?
What? Oh my gosh.
Good luck, have fun.
You need to take one
the
sanity
blood
damage.
doesn't freak me out,
No.
but the freaking scary... Do I adjust like the big number, 60?
Yeah, you knock it down to 59.
Okay. Oh, not 69. I wrote 69. That's 59. There we go.
Ew.
Nice.
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 And
Okay.
since you have like, some experience, could I also get a art or craft roll, like a painting or a sketch? Okay, yeah.
Hey.
So you see the other paintings to the side, and they all look nice and done and prettied up, and they look good. But this painting, it doesn't look the same as the other ones. It looks like it was done in a hurry. Like they really finished this in a hurry. It lacks the finesse and the care of the other ones.
My guy sees someone standing in the window, and instead of leaving, paints it. Okay. All right. Yeah, no big deal. Okay, cool. Great.
Just like me, for real.
And did you want to look through the other paintings or just that one particular one?
I just wanted to see if there was a signature, not
Well, you're looking at a painting.
spooked out of my mind. No, I just want to see if there's a signature anywhere. So if there isn't a signature on the spooky one, then yeah, I gotta look through to see if there is.
Okay, you're gonna look for some other paintings, I guess. One other image one other painting grabs your attention, and
I
it
find
features
insanity over another painting.
it features the nearby thicket, the brush, the lighthouse, one or two buildings, and in the darkness of the path, there's a silhouette of a man in this painting.
I swear to God.
And unlike the first painting, this one's dated February 14, 1926.
Forget if you mentioned what is the current date.
It is
April
April 12th.
1926. Yeah.
Okay.
So roughly 2 months ago.
I'm glad y'all are taking notes because
I'm glad there's a date. Is
terrible at
there a
taking notes.
signature or anything on any of them?
There's no signatures, unfortunately. It's just
Okay. That's unfortunate. All right, well.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I check the other door? Check inside. Like I'm gonna open the other door, like within the study.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You definitely can. You're gonna open that one up.
Opie Man jumps out of the closet.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it up. Sorry. First, I'm gonna light the lantern, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna open the door and check inside using the lantern.
Yeah, for sure. Let's reveal that for you. I'm assuming you can see everything that I've been revealing to you, and it's not just me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I do have one
We can see
question
up
about
to
what's been
4.
revealed, by the way,
Yeah.
though.
Sorry? What was the question?
On the left-hand side of the hallway, I can't tell if that's a wall there or if that's just blackness where we didn't look through there.
Oh,
is there
okay.
a wall there on the
Yeah,
left-hand
these
side
are
of the
walls.
hallway?
Like that?
Oh,
like right here.
The left side of the
That's a
hallway.
wall.
The right side,
Yeah.
sorry, right
Yeah.
of
Or-
Yeah. Yeah, it's a wall.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
It's a wall.
But there is a doorway
So there is
there.
another doorway on
There
the
is
left.
another doorway there. There's a door. There's 2 doors on your left, 2 doors on
two.
your right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, a bathroom.
Yeah. So you walk into that, or are you just taking a peek? I guess. It's a kitchen.
Cool.
Kitchen.
Okay.
It's
So food.
It's a bit of a dirty kitchen. It's well lived in. There's like dirty plates and stuff, and the sink is full of dishes and saucepans, and it's kind of gross. It's kind of old. These people don't take care of this place that well. There's 3 doors that you see.
Bet.
There's that door you came in from, the door to the hallway, and there's a door leading to the outside.
So right now, Newt and I are together, and Florence and Walter are back in the hall, right? Still?
I have
Yeah.
not left the hall, correct.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
So you-
wood stove in the corner. There's a warm kettle that sits on top of it.
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the door leading to the hallway, just to let the
Yep.
2 that are in the
Okay.
hallway know that it's safe.
And I'm gonna jump because that scared the shit out of me.
Who gave this guy a gun?
Hey, a random door just opened. I don't see what's going on in there. I just hear them talking and then I hear a door open.
That's fair. That is definitely fair.
So, the door labeled 5 leads to the outside, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And then so Newt was also looking around in that room. There's a little table, and it's got some chairs around it, of course. And one of the chairs is broken on the floor, and there's a little pool of blood beside of it
In the kitchen.
in the kitchen.
Okay.
Sir Newt, I'm gonna yell to you. Is that back door open or well? I'm gonna walk up to that door and say, "Is that back door open or closed?"
The one leading to the outside
Yeah,
is closed.
it's closed. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me check. So, does the blood? Can we check if the blood leads from here down out to the stairs? Like it was like someone was dragged? Because you said it was on the door to the kitchen in the hall, but not like.
Yeah.
And then there's a pool around the chair. Does it lead out into the hallway?
It does a little bit. Yeah, it does. It's like you can tell like there's a pool in this kitchen, and then drops that lead out towards that hallway.
Okay.
Okay,
And
so
then-
it's more like someone stumbled with a fresh wound rather than someone was dragged.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and like you said, there's like one of the chairs is on the ground, broken. And
Like, can
Okay.
I do that? It's like obviously that was like that one wasn't in a hurry. That one was like there was a fight.
that's broken. That's
if
broken.
it's broken.
Well, it's broken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Give me an in roll. Give me an in roll. That's a success.
Damn. You
Yeah,
smart.
it looks like this chair was
I got
Use-
some big brains.
it looks like it was used as a weapon almost.
I'm just.
Oh. Is like the piece of the broken chair still there? Like, is the quote unquote weapon still there?
It's the whole chair is still. It's like it's splintered, but it's not broken apart. There's
So
like
it couldn't
blood.
have been used as a weapon.
It was used as a weapon. There's blood on like the
Oh, I understand what you're
like
saying.
someone
Gotcha.
took the chair and smacked someone almost like that.
My character might be
Okay.
smart. I understand now.
see.
Took a second.
Yeah, no,
But
for
I
sure.
got
Because I was thinking like a leg was broken off and then someone was
Mhm.
stabbed with it. That's what you were talking. Okay, I see.
More like taking a chair and smacking someone.
So it's like his name was John Cena type beat.
Yeah, exactly. Like a
Wow.
wrestling
I'm going to, while in the hallway, reach my hand into the door on the right, closest to the door, like to the front door that we walked into, and see if I can find any light switches.
Yep, you do. You find another light switch in there, and it illuminates the room.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to look
Yeah.
into there. Still standing in the hallway. I'm not going to walk in yet.
Yeah, for sure.
We should also turn the lights on in the kitchen.
Yeah, you can turn the lights on in the kitchen. Yeah, so the lights are on in the kitchen now.
And I'll turn off the lantern.
Perfect. So this seems to be like a bunk room of sorts. This is where people sleep. You see three beds, fairly neatly made. There's a large pile of books in one of the corners of the room. There's 3 large cupboards. Yes, it's 3 beds. Sorry, one bed is it's a bit weirdly shaped though. It's almost like there's like a lump in it
Like under the blankets?
under the blankets. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's unsettling.
It's unsettling.
Okay. You said there are books in there. Are any of them open?
No, they're just kind of in a pile in a corner.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna take one for the team here. Possibly, I'm gonna walk up to that bed and pull the sheet off.
Yeah, for sure. And what you see is the sheet. Oh, you took the blanket off, I imagine.
Yeah. To
Okay,
see if
yeah.
there's
You
what's
still
under it.
you still see another lump underneath the sheet.
Okay. Am I able to tell what the shape is at all?
It's like a little bump of sorts. It's particularly large. It's about the size of a couple hands together.
Okay. I'm gonna peel back another sheet.
Could I get a spot hidden from you?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Oop.
Oof.
Yeah, you still see it. It's in the mattress, so it's kind of.
It's like inside the mattress.
It's like inside the mattress, yeah. Weirdly, you pulled all these sheets off, and it's like it's in a mattress. It's just like a weird lump in this bed.
Princess in the pea situation here.
It's just like a weird lump in this bed.
I'm gonna walk back towards the hallway and look back at. I'm dumb. I didn't write down the name. Florence.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what do you make of this? And I'm gonna...
Well, first and foremost, I am not particularly dumb enough to go inspect this. The others not with us.
Should we call the others with us?
No, because I am actually before that, the roll top desk in the first room that Newt and Kip went into. Can I tell if I want to step in there and take a look at that? Is that locked?
No, it's just like a roll top. You could open it and close it if you will. It's not locked.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because some have locks.
Yep. It's closed. It's unlocked. It's not locked though.
Okay. As I feel we've missed some things in this room, and before we go into this next room, I would like to.
I just want to make sure there's no one here to kill us
Yeah.
before we look at the nitty gritties of what's in here. It's mostly
Right.
my thoughts.
So I'm also not gonna. We also still have an
Yeah.
entire upstairs that we have not ventured into.
Wait, upstairs.
Oh, or downstairs, whichever way those stairs go.
The stairs.
Oh, that...
You can tell they go up from the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was just like a
I thought-
small step. It just looked like a...
No,
Like a stoop
it's a
down.
I
It's-
thought
it's
it was
a-
like a
it's about-
yeah. I thought it was a couple steps down into an opening or something.
It's about 5 steps upwards, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I do not necessarily want to inspect what Walter is looking at either until I'm on the same page as Newt. I would like to make sure our coast is clear. And again, we have another upstairs, so I would like to ask the team what we think. at
Yeah,
this
I think
point.
we should. I think we should go upstairs because, like, my thought process is we want to clear the house as soon as possible so that we can
Mhm.
lock the door, and
Right.
then we know that nobody's inside, so we can lock whoever left outside of the house.
Right. Newt.
Also, before I leave the kitchen, I'd like to check and make sure that the door in the kitchen to the outside has a lock, and if so, I'd like to lock it.
Yeah, it has another one of those chain locks. And you
Okay.
lock that door.
Because at least mitigate how many directions we're going to be attacked from.
Correct. That was going to be my question to you, was to check whether or not that door was lockable.
Okay, perfect.
I am going to suggest that since we have a straight sight to the hallway, the door at the end of the hallway, I'm going to suggest that we begin to make our way up the stairs. But I think that somebody should, preferably someone with a gun, should man that stairwell and keep an eye on that front door.
Okay.
As the three of us potentially try to explore what is upstairs as well.
That's fine. Before you guys walk up the stairs, though, I do want to look in that last room there.
Yeah.
Downstairs.
Yeah.
I'm also going to check and see if there's a light switch in there.
Yep. The one there. Yeah, so it's a small room. It's like a pantry of sorts. It's like a larder, what you would call it. It's full of just food, dried goods, soups, and cans, preserved stuff. Enough to feed about 3 people.
And there are no doors or
No,
exits,
no, it's just,
entries
just
besides.
it's just a little pantry of sorts.
Okay.
Okay. And we don't notice anything weird?
Nothing weird.
That we
no,
can tell?
No, nothing at all. It's just full of dried goods.
Okay.
Just your usual food closet.
Well, I will wait downstairs with my gun drawn while you guys go up.
Is she
You
still?
could wait at the top of the stairs with
Is
us.
Florence still in the study, or is
Florence
you guys?
No, Florence is making her way towards the stairs as well. Well, I think we should all be making our way towards that. I'm still halfway between the study and in the hallway, but I'm gonna.
Okay.
make my
Was
way
something?
towards-
Yeah. Question. Yeah.
Question for Mr. God: is this Cassidy's cabin? Because Oh wait, we don't know if this is the only building on the island, right? Besides the lighthouse.
This is the cottage of the lighthouse. This would be
Okay,
the
so-
main. This would be the main building of the island.
Okay, so I just read through my backstory, and I might have some pertinent information that might be helpful to us here.
Oh, God.
I know the lighthouse. I know the lighthouse owner or the lighthouse keeper, and he had actually written me previous to this about some weird gold coins that he had found. So,
And you're just now telling us?
okay, excuse me. This is literally my first time ever playing Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't even know I had a fucking backstory. Okay, thank you very much.
I was more so saying that to your character, not you.
Yeah, that was totally at your character, not you.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm
it
fucking doing here.
Come on
It
now,
was at your
Newt.
character.
You should have told us that when we found the coins, Newt, but that's okay. What
Uh,
did he
that's
say
my
about the
bad.
coins?
That's my bad. So I have weird amnesia spikes. So sorry, that's my bad.
Not to worry.
Um,
We've all been there, you know.
Speak for yourself.
I've only briefly skimmed over my personal history, so I need to come back at you on that.
All right. Kip is gonna. Can I?
I'm just going to interrupt. Sorry. When Florence is
Yep.
heading out of the study towards the hallway,
Mm-hmm.
you notice the writing desk that was to your left. You didn't see it when you walked in, but as you're leaving and passing it, it has 2 drawers on the bottom. The one on the left is it's open a little bit, but there's like a key snapped off inside the lock. Like someone, it was locked initially. Someone put a key in a frantic hurry and snapped it
And-
off when they tried to open it.
And snapped it off. Okay. I'm going to quickly ask my party, is anyone here adept at lock picking? Because I sure
No, sorry,
shit
the
am
door.
not.
It's slightly open.
Oh.
It's like they
Oh, it is
broke it
open.
off. They
It's
broke it
not-
off when they
oh,
were
okay.
opening it, and then they opened it a little bit.
Okay, then what I'm going to say to my party is, did any of you notice this drawer in here that is slightly ajar? Should we inspect it, or should we continue upstairs?
Take a look.
I do also want to mention some of my backstory that's kind of pertinent. Apparently,
See, I'm not the only person who doesn't know who the fuck they are. Thank you.
My friend Warren Thomas is supposed to be in this lighthouse somewhere. That's all there really is to that. But yeah, my
Sorry,
friend
are
is
we in
supposed
the
to-
lighthouse or are we in a cabin?
We're in
I'm
the
not-
You're in the
We're in
cabin that connects to the lighthouse.
To the lighthouse.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Okay,
usually
okay.
connect so that you can get up into them.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
so I have. Sorry, continue.
I was just gonna say my friend Warren Thomas is supposed to be here.
So we're looking
Okay.
for a Warren Thomas.
I have
And-
a pretty good suspicion that we might find some information on the coins if we rummage through the stuff in the study. We might be able to find papers or something, but that's just a suspicion. That's not any kind of like knowledge. I know Cassidy very well, and if this is his cabin, he'll have left a pretty solid paper trail. So
Okay.
we should be able to count on finding documents if this is his cabin. We don't know that for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is anyone against me rummaging through this random drawer?
Not at all.
I don't have a problem. I still
Mr.
think we
Copman,
should.
what about you?
I still think that we should make sure that we're safe first. Just-
Yeah.
Right. So my next if we go up these stairs, are we going into the lighthouse?
Yes,
Okay.
Okay, so this is all that there is of the cabin.
correct. yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And in theory, there should not be another way to enter this lighthouse.
That is correct. Yeah,
Other
There's
than
just-
that kitchen door.
kitchen door, front door.
Kitchen door and front door, correct.
Yeah.
But we do not know if there is anybody upstairs in the lighthouse, but that is a whole
Okay.
other area. We would potentially an expansive area.
Right.
Can I check the bedroom to see if I find any of Cassidy's personal effects?
1 second, please. You don't find any. Well, you find like books and there's small personal effects there. Yeah, there's in one bed there's just some stuff like a piece of paper with Cassidy's name on it.
Okay, so I can confirm that Cassidy lives here then?
You can confirm that Cassidy does live here, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, assuming that there's a note with Cassidy's stuff next to his bed. Or next
May
to
I
a
make
bed.
a recommendation?
Well, I do know
for
that he's
party?
well, I do know that he's a lighthouse keeper on this island.
So if you were to put 2 and 2 together, then
Yeah.
you're fairly confident that George Cassidy does live here.
Okay.
Okay.
So maybe just putting it out there, maybe we should split up at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because Walter, you're looking for your friend, and you're also the only person with like experience with spooky things, and you're also the only person here with a gun. So maybe you're probably the best person to investigate the lighthouse. Whereas I know Cassidy the best, and if he lives here, I'll probably be the best person to be able to find information.
Right.
Go
ahead.
No, that was about all I had to say.
I would like to make a recommendation to the party before we split up. I think that
Yeah.
each party should have a weapon, and the kitchen probably has knives.
Good call.
So I would say that one of you, I don't know, I mean, if you guys are comfortable holding a knife, preferably one who hasn't lost sanity.
Okay. I have. How would we?
I wouldn't trust me with a knife with full sanity, to be perfectly honest.
I would like to know how we're splitting up.
I think
because
Florence and Newt, and then Kip and Walter.
That is what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So, Newt, you are still near the kitchen, correct?
I believe I'm still. No, I
No,
last
you went
I was in the
went to the
bedroom.
bedroom.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I would like to return to the study.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to rummage through that drawer?
Yeah,
If you believe that Cassidy.
I'm a ransack as shit.
Okay.
So you open that that drawer with the key broken off? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you open the drawer. Oops, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, DM, before we go into that, can I quickly search the kitchen for the knife? Can I make my way towards that?
Yeah, you open
search the kitchen for a knife.
You open a lot of drawers. There's a couple forks and butter knives and stuff and like that. But you open one drawer in particular, and it has like a sharp steak knife, if you will, and it's pretty darn sharp. You give a little test, the finger on the end of it to see how sharp it is. It's pretty sharp. So you could put that in your inventory if you want.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
It does 1d3 of damage.
Stick it in your pocket.
I'm gonna stick it. Well, nowhere I have it is gonna be good. So, I'm going to stick it in my. I'm gonna keep it in my hand for now.
Yeah, I'd say just hold on to it.
Yeah, and does 1d3.
And I'm going to look at Newt and say, "Found a knife."
Hell yeah, brother.
Alright, let's get going. And I'll start heading up the stairs.
Before you head up the stairs, I also want to check that bedroom to see if I see anything from Warren Thomas. See if there's any of his personal effects.
The bunk room?
Yes, the bedroom.
Bedroom, yes. You do see some belongings to a Thomas. You don't see the first name, it just says Mr. Thomas.
Is there there's no ID or anything there?
Nope. No, just
okay.
Almost paperwork, if you will. Nothing that really stands out.
Also, I feel like you've already gone through this, but can you just go over what's in number 7 again?
Yeah, it's
can
like a
taste a lot
pantry,
of
like
food in
a
there.
storage larder. It's just full of dried goods and nothing of importance.
Okay.
Just foods, soups and stuff.
So there is food in there. Okay, that's good.
There's
to
food
know.
in there. Yeah, if you want some food, that's where you go. But it's all dry food. It's not a good quality.
Just chug a fucking pound of like dehydrated foods and then chug a gallon of water and just explode.
Yeah.
Lovely.
All right,
So you-
Kip and I make our way towards the stairs then.
I would like to know
And
what
I'm gonna
Newt is finding. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ransack his shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Kip and Walter, head into the actual lighthouse, which is just it's a concrete cylinder, if you will. There is stairs that lead upwards, and I'm gonna reveal this here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just lots of
Okay.
stairs that go up towards an actual lighthouse, or
Okay.
towards the top of the lighthouse, if you will. And we have 2 people in the study still, doing some studying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep,
Mhm.
doing the ransacking.
I'm going to keep an eye on the front door though, so I'm going to be in between that doorway.
Okay.
And where the front door is, just to keep an eye on it for for Newt's sake.
Also, question.
yep.
You said there were no windows on the front of the house. What are those 2 things
That's
on
the side of the house. That's the kitchen.
No, but I'm talking about in the study and in the bedroom.
Oh yeah, because
Those
you
look
did
like
say,
windows.
Oh, yeah.
and you did
They're called.
you did say too.
The curtains are drawn or closed up.
Like the blinds are okay. Sure.
I was gonna say, because Kip also picked up that painting and then looked towards that window and was like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
the same window." It's okay.
Not like this. Story's falling apart.
Plot hole after plot hole.
Yeah. Anywho, you're all in that, or you 2 of you are in that study, looking at that desk, I imagine, with the 2 drawers, one on the left with the key broken off.
Yeah, I'm gonna look through basically everything I can.
Yep. So you are gonna open that drawer on the left-hand side, and inside of it is it's a wooden box of sorts. It's about yay big. And you open it up. It's
Okay.
got velvet lining in the shape of a revolver, but no
Okay.
revolver in this box. You also see about 6 bullets in the same drawer, just loosely in there. So you would assume that whoever took this revolver did not carry the additional bullets. They just had the bullets that may have been in the gun, or may not have been may not have been in the gun.
Okay.
The right
I'm
drawer.
gonna take the bullets and put them in my pocket.
Yep, you can definitely do that.
Because
I
if
would like.
they come back with a revolver, I want to make sure they ain't got no ammo.
I would like to ask Newt if he has any knowledge of firearms, and if based on the bullets he could tell potentially what.
Yeah,
what...
can I inspect them?
Yeah.
Good
The
call.
bullets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to see what type of gun they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you give me a firearms check?
Handgun?
Handgun, yeah.
Ayo.
Nice.
Extreme success. Okay, so you could see.
Hey, let's go.
Give me 1 second here. It's a Smith & Wesson .38 special. It's a
I was just
revolver.
gonna be like Smith and Wesson, baby, but I didn't want to be like dead wrong.
Okay.
But there's still,
I'm assuming, being that I am away from them, that I do not know this information currently.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Florence, remind me next time that we're in the presence of Walter to see what kind of gun he has, to maybe see if these bullets can be extra ammo for him.
So there's you're trying to do a search of this entire room, I imagine. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. So we'll go to the right drawer next.
It's locked, unfortunately. But-
Can we? Is there any way we can pry it open?
Are you adept at picking locks, Newt?
I am not.
you could either you can give me a strength roll if you will.
That works.
Okay. Are you adept at picking locks?
Absolutely not.
Okay. I'll try and rip this fucker open.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Nice. So yeah, you jam it open with all your might. Make a little bit of a ruckus, but it pops open with your muscles. And
Strong boy.
inside of it is a small journal belonging, or the small journal is there's like an obelisk sketched on the cover of it.
Similar
looks
to
looks
the
similar to the
obelisk on the coins.
looks similar to the coins, exactly. Yeah. And
Okay.
there's a journal, and you open the first page, and it belongs to George Cassidy. And I'm going to give you a handout.
The homie.
2 seconds here. Actually, I'm only gonna give it to.
Is everyone getting it?
No, just
Or
you.
is it just me?
No,
Just you
just
currently,
you.
because you picked it up.
You
So you
good?
should see that in your inventory. Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I,
I got it.
There we go.
And you skim through it. You could either read it, if you will, in person or out loud, or to yourself. It's up to you. Well, the one thing that
Do
you
you
do
guys want me
notice,
to read it out loud?
Well, I am technically the only one who would be able to hear you
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
at this point.
the one thing you notice about
Okay.
it is that the last entry it's cut off. It wasn't. Looks like it wasn't
Okay.
finished.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Okay.
Can I ask, after Newt is done, can I ask to see it as well from him? If he is willing to let me
If he's
look
willing.
through it?
If he's willing.
Okay. Yeah. Let me read through it and then I'll pass it over.
Okay.
So if I pass it over, it leaves my inventory and goes into. Or is it correct?
For this purposes, we'll keep it in your record for cross-referencing, if you will.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'll pass it to Florence then.
Okay.
Yeah, you should see it now too.
I do want
I'm
to ask
just,
something
Yeah.
I'm just a speed reader.
to the DM separate from the game. Should Kip and I be like deafened during this? Since we're separated?
Like in Discord?
Yeah.
I don't think D&D's used it as that, no. Because it's
No,
designed for...
we'll yeah,
You can
we'll,
just
we
pretend.
just can't
You can just
metagame.
pretend.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
We-
yeah.
We
Yeah,
won't
Just
know,
pretend that
but
you don't know
yeah.
what we've found.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Because usually
And
when
we
like,
won't
Chat about
like
it later.
me-
Newt,
it's- now
are
that
you-
now that Puff and I have the same document, we won't discuss it like in detail until you guys are present.
Right. Newt, question. How did you read this?
Oh, wait, scroll down.
If you scroll down, it's all.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I panicked at first.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry, I forgot to
I was
mention.
like,
First too. I was like, oh
I-
good lord, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
zoom
For those
in
who
on
can't
this
see it,
fucker.
it's like a picture of just handwriting. So it's impossible almost to read.
Gotcha.
You two are making your way up the staircase very slowly, unfortunately. It's there's a lot of stairs. There's a lot of stairs going up.
Oh, we're going up? Did
Oh,
we
sorry.
see anything?
Oh, you don't see anything except for the stairs. Sorry.
Yeah, you
I assumed
guys
you guys
can
were heading up.
take some turns while me and
Uh-huh.
Lawrence read this if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I go first since I have the gun?
You have the gun, so you're definitely going first.
Okay. So we
as
don't.
Sorry, as we're going up to, tell me about your friend that you're looking for.
First, tell me about yourself. What are?
Well, I asked you first.
You said you're an artist, right?
Well, actually, all I said is that I have history in art. But I am an artist. You could call me that.
Okay. Are you? How long have you been in the area here?
Oh, not very long. I'm literally just traveling through, just looking,
Okay.
exploring.
Okay. Are you here on business or just traveling?
Just pleasure.
Okay. Okay. Um. Well. He's my friend. Like I said, I'm an agent for the FBI. I'm just on vacation. Uh, just traveling out here to visit. Um, been friends for a very long time.
Is he
But
also an agent?
uh, not that I know of. No.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, but he's just a good friend coming out to visit. Just checking out the area. Heard it was pretty cool. So yeah.
All right. Also, while we're going up, I'm keeping my eyes peeled.
Okay. Okay. Uh, but so we're walking up the stairs, and you said we didn't see anything at the base.
No,
No blood, no anything.
no. It's just a staircase that leads upwards. It's a spiral staircase. It's quite the
And no
distance to go up.
no trail of blood
No, no trail of
leading
blood.
upwards.
No.
Okay. All right. So I guess we trek it up the stairs.
It's a long process. Like I said, there's a lot of stairs here. This is a big tower.
Well, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oop, did I just...
Yeah. You moved it.
Okay,
Oh. Now we're seeing numbers.
Awkward. I dragged like the whole... Here, let me control Z this. There we go.
There we go.
What's... How am I supposed to move it now? I messed that up. Select? No. Pan?
I assume that you can just make it
There we go. Yeah,
visible, and
I
then
had
we
to
can
move.
scroll upwards.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Yeah, so you're climbing the tower. The other two are still reading, I believe.
What?
I have finished reading, and I actually am going to tell Newt that I think that we may want to ask Kip about some of the stuff we found.
Yeah, definitely. Did you write down what Walter's friend's name is? Like, can I? Because like I wouldn't be able to ask what Walter's friend's name is again because he's not here, right?
Thomas.
Thomas.
Thomas. I remembered Thomas.
Okay. I think Thomas was the last name,
It was.
if I remember correctly. Okay.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. Did you guys want to continue searching the room while they head upstairs? Head upwards?
Newt, I would like to revisit that bedroom and revisit that mass that Walter was trying to inspect in the bed.
Okay, I'm gonna keep searching through the desk
Okay.
while
That's
you're
fine.
doing that. I'm gonna search through the other desk because there's nothing left in the
Correct,
standing desk, right?
Yeah.
So the roll top is the one that's left.
Yeah, with the roll top. That's the only thing of substance you could see.
Okay.
Actually, before I do that, there are books in this room, correct?
Just generic books, yeah.
But nothing potentially of use?
Nothing that'd be of use to you that you'd see, no.
Okay. As long as that is the case, yes, I will venture into the other room, the bedrooms. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. We'll start off with Sir Newt opening or going over to that roll top desk.
Yep.
It's currently closed, but it's unlocked.
I open it.
You open it. All right. Well, first thing you see is a mug of coffee with steam still trickling off the top of it. So it's obviously it's a fresh cup. There's a fresh cup here going. There's like,
Cup of Joe.
yeah, there's envelopes, stamps, ink, pens. There's like a mess of invoices for coin appraisals from a Rockport antique store.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all you see.
I'm gonna read through the appraisal documents.
Yep. So all the documents, they have quotes for like $2 to $5, but they're all dated in February 1926, which is about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. Could you give me a appraise roll?
Yep. So close.
Yeah. Well, just you notice all these invoices and yeah, you get all these paperwork of massive invoices for these quotes. It's like someone was desperately trying to figure out what these coins were and how much they were worth and get a good value on them. But each letter begins with "Dear Mr. Cassidy," followed by an apology. They couldn't really. All like the praises say they can't determine the nature of the coins or where they come from or anything like that. Could you give me a library roll?
Library use?
Yeah, library use. Yeah.
Okay.
No worries. Yeah, so you look through them.
These are all the things I'm good at.
Oh, no.
That's how I was feeling earlier.
Nonetheless, as you go through them, one stands out to you. Which I will share with you. You should have that. I'll let you read that while we continue on to Florence.
And the machine.
It's a good band. Yeah. Florence
We
being
stand.
Puff.
Very good
in this
band.
house.
Oops, sorry. You're Florence Puff.
Yep.
Okay. What would you like to do?
So the item or whatever it is inside the mattress, correct?
Yeah, it's inside the mattress. Yeah.
I am currently wielding a knife in my hand.
You are wielding a knife in your hand.
Can
What a
I
way to say it.
rip
Love
open
it.
the mattress
You can rip open the mattress
with my knife?
with your knife.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And what you find inside is a gold coin, similar or identical almost to the ones that you found outside. Or not outside, in the other room. You have 6 loose bullets. And a little notebook, which I'm going to share with you too.
Okay. Perfect.
And again, if you wish to... Well, there's no one in the room with you, actually. But
Right. Yeah, I am by myself.
yeah. You should have that in your inventory. And then we'll continue on to Kip and Walter, who are climbing this tower. You've reached a new room on top of this tower,
Okay.
which I will describe to you in a brief second.
Hey.
It seems to be a service room of sorts. You can see like the mechanism that turns the lamp in the ceiling, and from the noise, it seems to be working. That mechanism that turns the lamp around. There's a separate set of steps that lead to like a trap door in the ceiling. There's several boxes, a lot of boxes, a fairly good size, and they have like on the side written replacement light bulb. There is also a small workbench, a tool bag, and on the workbench is like a log of all the maintenance that's been done on this lighthouse.
Okay.
Well, maybe the light's out. Maybe it's nothing suspicious at all. I say very hopefully. Can I open one of the boxes, the replaced
Yeah, for
replacement
sure,
light
yeah.
bulbs in it?
Yeah, it's a
Sweet.
sizable light bulb. It's about yay big. It's gonna be about 2 hands to hold it.
All right, I got my light bulb.
I'm done reading, by the way.
So there wasn't anything weird in the box.
No, just
No, nothing to cause me to lose sanity yet.
No, it's
Okay.
literally just replacement light bulbs. Fortunately,
Okay. I would like to read the mechanical logs.
could I get a mechanical or electric repair check?
Yes. Oop.
Was that an oop? A bad oop? That was a bad
Yeah.
oop. Okay.
Failure.
That was an oop.
Yeah, all the logs look fairly routine. Just fix this, fix that. This has been oiled, this has been checked.
Okay. Well,
yeah, as you
Yep.
take a look at that, you turn around. And opposite of that bench that was covered behind the boxes that Kip was looking at, there's a table with a radio. But the radio is in like a state of disrepair, if you will.
when you say a radio, do you mean like
Like a
walkie radio?
yeah, like a
or
walkie-talkie.
listen?
like a what's the way? Not like a
Or
not like a music on a radio, like a radio for communicating. It's a lighthouse. It's a
Okay.
way that they would communicate to.
Okay,
Sure,
so not
something.
like a handheld radio. It's a stationary.
It's a good stationary radio. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would like to inspect that.
Yeah, it looks like it's in a state of disrepair.
Are there any tools nearby in which I could attempt to repair it?
Yeah, could you give me electrical repair? Extreme success. Ooh, dang.
Hey, let's go.
Well, you fix this with ease. It turns out it was just one wire that was unplugged. It was just, boop. You plug it back in.
Did it look like it was intentionally?
No, it's just
destroyed?
with time. With time, it's kind of just got that way.
Okay.
It wasn't used that often, this radio, for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, so the
well-
radio seems to be working now.
I'll turn it on and see if we hear anything.
You don't really hear anything but static. But, it does have a microphone, like you could speak into it. It's a two-way radio.
Maybe you should call out. Lighthouse over, you know? That kind of thing.
Okay. Before I do so, is there a channel booklet nearby that tells me what frequencies or what stations or anything like that?
Yeah, it
for me to
says,
connect to?
Station 101, or Channel 101 frequency, Coast Guard. That's all you see
Okay.
in this notebook.
Well, I'm going to change the channel over to 101 and call out a mayday to the Coast Guard and let them know our location. And that there is, and that there is blood and evidence of foul play.
This is U.S. Coast Guard. What did you say? Blood and foul play? What's going on over there?
My name is Special Agent Robert Doyle. We survived a shipwreck off the coast and made our way to the island, and there appears to be some form of foul play. There were bullets in the floor, as well as blood, and what looks like somebody was hit over the head with a chair. My friend that is supposed to be on the island is so far missing. We have not been able to locate him.
You're an FBI agent? You need help?
I am, yes. Yes, we
What's your name?
need assistance.
What's your name?
Agent Walter Doyle.
Agent Walter Doyle. I'm gonna look up my records to see if you're who you are.
And as I look
Sounds
up
good.
through the records, I do see FBI agent. You're an FBI agent of renown. People know about you. You've solved some crimes before. You have some good history.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't know who we were. We'll send someone over right away. Over and out. We're gonna rush over there.
Thank you.
Maybe warn them about the ship. I don't know. The big metal thing that stopped us in the water.
Oh yeah. Let's warn them about
Okay,
that. in
they're
the way.
warned. They are warned.
Also, the lighthouse is out. I don't know.
And the lighthouse is out.
So you sent them to an
Killer
island
gaps,
with no
basically.
light that's surrounded by chunks of metal.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
R.I.P. Coast Guard.
Hey, I assume they have lights on their boat to look for what they're looking for.
It's the
You can at least
20s.
warn
Yeah.
them.
And I would say they have GPS, but that we don't know what that is
No, you definitely
Actually.
do not know what that is.
for a few decades.
Well, shall we continue up? See if the light bulb is out? Hopefully.
Yeah, sure. Let's go back to the steps and try that trapdoor.
All right, and you open
I
that.
assume the light is up, right? Not where we are.
Yeah, there's a mechanism in the ceiling that would spin the light, and it's whirring, and you can tell that the light would be up
Yeah, gotcha.
through the trapdoor. Are you still carrying that big old light bulb?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not going first. The one
Yeah,
with the gun is going first.
May I ask though, the whirring, is it the same frequency? Is it the same humming that we heard before from the generator, or is it a different whirring?
It's a different whirring, but it's electrical. It's kind of standard.
Okay.
It just sounds like you know.
Okay.
What are Sir Newt and Florence up to?
Okay, so the document that you shared with me, that's the only thing I found in the roll top desk?
That was the only one that stood out, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Am I able to search again?
Oh, yeah, you take
Can I
another
just
look,
keep
but
throwing myself at this wall until it breaks?
no, that's essentially what you're drawn to, and essentially that's all you take.
Okay. Well, first before so that's I don't need to search again?
No,
Is what you're
no,
saying?
you don't need to search again.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so I will share Lightless 1 with Florence as well. So I go into the bedroom and say, hey, take a look at this.
Okay. And then Sir Newt shares this document with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ask if you found anything in the bed, because I, in all honesty, actually wasn't listening. Basically, what I do when I'm reading a document and I'm not supposed to hear anything from the lighthouse, I just turn down the Discord volume.
Okay.
Because then I can read it.
I show Newt the bullets and the coin that I found. And
Okay.
I then ask him what exactly his relation to Mr. Cassidy is.
One moment, please. So Cassidy is an old friend of mine. We used to work together.
Mm-hmm.
We used to sell strange and exotic goods together.
Okay. Can I
And
also ask?
we are quite close. I do know him very well.
Okay. Can I ask what Mr. Cassidy was doing on this island as a lighthouse attendant? If you know. If you don't, that's fine.
Who's that question for, sorry?
Give me 1 second.
Oh, him, okay.
That's for me.
That's my question for Sir Newt.
Cassidy, he's always been fond of the sea and decided to become a lighthouse keeper. That's all I've got.
Okay. Can I go ahead and do a spot hidden for this room just to see if there's anything else in this room? Or would it be a waste of a roll?
Yeah, you take a look around, but you don't see anything of note.
Okay. And none of the books in this room matter to me either?
No, that's correct.
Okay. I suggest we lock the front door. What do you think, Sir Newt?
Yeah. Well, we don't know what's going on in the lighthouse. Maybe we could like do a quiet call up to the guys to see if
Mhm.
everything's just to make sure that nobody's been murdered and we're not locking ourselves in, and
Okay.
then maybe.
Okay.
So
I'll
like I guess
stay.
like you could stay by the door. I'll just like whisper
Yeah.
up because it's a lighthouse, right? So the sound should
Yeah.
carry pretty well.
Yeah. I will stay by the door if you would like to call up to
Okay.
our
And
party members.
I'll call up to our party members just to see if the coast is clear. See if we're
Okay.
safe to lock the door.
Do we hear them?
Yeah, you do. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah,
No,
You
no,
do.
that's okay.
Sir Newt, we have not finished clearing up here yet, but so far everything is clear. We have called down to the Coast Guard, and let them know the situation, and they said that they should be on their way.
As long as they don't sink.
As long as they don't sink, being that the lighthouse is out and all. But we have called them, let them know where we are, and they should be on their way. There is a radio up here that has been repaired. So if we need other help, we can attempt to call out, but the only number that is registered on here that we can find is for the Coast Guard.
Okay, so we'll lock the door for now, and we'll just keep an ear open for if anything's going on up there.
all right.
Can I ask Newt one more question before
Mm-hmm.
we?
Yeah.
He handed me the lightless one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Can I ask if Pina Tilton means anything to you? Or if you know who she is?
Besides the letter, that's all I know. Yeah.
Okay.
My assumption is that they're part of that. They're just like one of the people that he sent the coins off to. That's my assumption.
Okay. I'm asking just because you are an antique stealer and didn't know if you had any.
As far as I know, I don't have any connection with them.
Okay.
Alrighty. That's it for you two?
Mm-hmm.
And you two are opening that hatch in the ceiling?
Yep.
All
I
right.
am first with my gun still drawn, by the way.
Okay, yep. So as you open that hatch, you're greeted by it's like a attic hatch almost, like with a ladder going on towards it. So you're kind of like holding onto a ladder and gun in one hand, and yeah. So you open it up, and you peek your head in, and illuminated by the moonlight is it's a very wet, bloody scene. So there's two, like the glass in one corner or one part of the lighthouse has been broken somehow. So there's like rain coming in and wind, and it's very noisy. You can feel like the glass on the ground as you like get up and get into the room. It's very slippery underfoot. I'm assuming, is Kip close behind?
Am I still on the ladder?
You're gonna be in it now, or you're climbing into it.
Okay. As I poked my head up through, before I actually fully entered, I put a hand back and told her not to enter.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Are you actually
Okie
you entering it?
You're no fun, but that's fine.
I mean, last time you saw something that scared you.
Yeah, blood doesn't bug me though. Come on now.
Well, it's your choice. If you'd like to stay behind, you may, or you can.
I'll stay here, Mr. Big FBI man. Telling me what to do, I guess I'll do it.
All right, so I'm assuming
Get
you
him,
have to
Kip,
get
get
into
him.
it. Yeah. Kip's below. You're climbing or successfully into
Holding
the room.
onto my big ass light bulb, just waiting.
Yep. And then you
Hoping that
enter.
someone doesn't stab me from the back.
So yeah, what you see as you climb into this new room and you're standing there is it's a bloody mess. You see corpse of like 2 bodies, and in addition to that, you see 2 bizarre fish creatures, all in this little area.
Fish creatures?
One of the fish creatures on the ground is latched into the man's neck by his teeth, and it's you can tell it's firm even in death. Can I get a sanity roll from you?
Sure.
Oh, ain't no way.
Good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I the only one with full sanity now?
Is that a failure?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
You take can you roll me a d4, please?
1d4.
1d4, please. And then that plus 1. So you get
Okay,
2
so I
points.
take
2 points lost.
Alright.
So that's what you see currently.
Probably, like, it's literally the best outcome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you see up there? Is the light out?
The light's out. That's for sure.
You're not really focused on that light, I would say, but yeah.
So can I come up then?
Hang on. Do the creatures appear to be moving?
Everything in this room is dead.
Everything is dead, for sure.
Everything is
They're all on the
dead.
ground. They're on the ground, and it's a big bloody mess.
Okay. Official, you said they're on the ground. You retracted it. So are they dead?
They're dead. They are dead.
Okay. I relay the information that I see, and ask Kip
So can I just
whether they would like to
pass the
join me.
light up? I ain't coming up there. But do you want the light? Is like it missing? I'm just worried about this light. I'm not
Kip is
focusing on the
tired
dead
of
bodies. I
carrying
don't
the
want to
light.
focus on them. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't want this anymore.
If you would like to place the light on the ground, there may be more pressing issues for me to deal with momentarily.
Can I ask you an odd question?
For sure.
Would it inspire me?
Your
Is it
artwork?
odd? Yeah.
What? How macabre is your art?
Well, not that macabre.
Then
Well,
it
you know,
may-
we could try something new.
Yeah. I mean, it's your call. It's absolutely your call. Whether you would like to witness this
Don't think I
bloody,
want
brutal
to.
scene. Okay.
No, I'm good. I'm okay.
I would like to ask if I can see any of the dead bodies' faces,
Ooh.
or is it too dark currently?
There's moonlight coming through, so you do see a little bit. You see one. You do see one face. It's one of the bodies is in like a heavy raincoat, and its head. It's pretty. He's got a narrow head, and he's got like pronounced flaps of extra skin around his neck. He seems to have like a rough complexion, if you will. It's dark to see. His skin's kind of gray though.
Okay, but I can tell that it is not my friend.
It's not your friend. No, you can tell it's not your friend.
Okay, but I cannot see the other person's face.
Not unless you get closer.
Roll him over.
Roll him over, yeah.
Okay.
And we have both the lanterns, correct?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you have both lanterns, yeah.
While he's doing this, I'm gonna just quickly. Should I let them know to lock the door?
Yes, actually.
We've
Okay.
already locked it. We've already
Oh,
locked
they
it.
already
okay.
locked. Okay.
Yeah, we have.
You should let them know that there are 2 bodies up here, both dead, and some mysterious creatures that seem to have killed them.
Hey, Newt, you still down there?
Yo.
So, some bad news. We found some dead bodies and some fish things that are attached to said dead body. And it's bloody, but I'm not going up to look at it. So yeah. Good news. No killers up here, so you can lock that door. If you haven't already.
Yeah, we've already locked it.
Great.
In a-
Awesome.
In a panic, I rush up to see if my friend is one of the dead bodies.
I'm
like in the way of the ladder. Are you sure you want to do that?
I would also like to rush up there while screaming, "What do you mean by fish things?"
The marine biologist has entered the chat.
Alright, so 3 of you are now in this room. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, yes. I pushed
Me and
Kip
my life.
all the way the fuck out of the way for these fish people.
Kip's hiding. Yeah.
But
All
I
right.
wait,
light
hang on.
my lantern and inspect the scene to see if my friend is there.
Hang on. Are they still in the room below me, or are they in the room with me?
From what I understood, they're in the room with you.
Yes.
They were
Okay,
pretty
so-
panicked.
All 4 of us are there?
No,
or is...
Kip is in the room
I'm
below.
still down below.
Okay.
Kip said, "Fuck that shit."
Is there room for 4 of us
Yeah.
in this
Yeah,
in this mechanical room? Okay.
there is, yeah. Oh, let me reveal actually, because you guys were exploring up there.
It's gonna reveal the dead bodies.
It's just another room. That's all you got.
No,
I see no fish people.
I see no dead bodies.
Alright, so we have Newt inspecting a body with his
Mhm.
lantern,
Mm-hmm.
and he recognizes the body of Mr. George Cassidy.
Is that the one whose face was upward, or is that the one
The one
whose
that he
face was
rolled
downward?
downwards.
Okay. So my friend is still missing.
Your friend
Sorry
is
for
the
your loss
killer.
there, bud.
All good. He was just my best friend.
Yeah. Sorry about it. That sucks.
I would like
Can I search his
To-
body?
George Cassidy?
Sorry, Pop.
no,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah, you can search his body. Just like a generic search.
We can let. Yeah, we can let Puff do whatever she was
Yeah.
gonna do
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
I
I
want
just had to get it out before I forgot.
Yeah.
to really quickly share handout Lightless 3 with Walter.
Walter. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'd like to share all the documents with
Okay.
everybody
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Just with Walter?
Just with Walter.
Yeah, I'm not up there, so I'm just
And
chilling
then
with my light bulb.
So Lightless 3,
The-
Walter should see now.
yes. The one that was attached to the fish thing that was attached to the neck, was that of Cassidy's body or the other body that looks like it is growing gills?
The neck, the fish thing onto the neck would be onto Cassidy.
Okay. I would like to look at the body that looks. I would like to inspect that if I can.
Yep.
That looks like it is growing gills.
Let me just step back a little bit. You're sharing Lightless 1 and 2, is that what you said? To Walter as well?
I just want
No,
to
you're
share
sorry.
Lightless 3.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well, the other ones belong to Newt.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I can take that as a yes.
Oh, sorry, I was
No worries.
fucking muted.
Yeah, it's all
Oh
good.
yeah, I said yes like 3 times.
Did you want to hand them to Kip on
yeah,
the way
yeah.
up?
I'm gonna share everything with everybody.
Well, Kip, you got them on the way up too. Maybe.
Okay, well, I can still talk to you guys. I
yeah,
just
yeah,
am
that's
not
okay.
in-
We won't share them. We won't share them.
Yeah, yeah.
Drop them down.
Let's go back into that body you're inspecting.
Yeah.
The one that's not Cassidy, correct?
Not Cassidy, the one that looks like it is growing gills.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just like it's growing extra skin around the neck. The skin is like gray. It's rough. His eyes are like bulging and watery and staring sightlessly into the direction of Cassidy's corpse. Could I get a medicine or first aid check?
Sure. Sure you can. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. Ooh. One.
Yep. I was hoping this would be a biology or zoology check.
Yeah. With that, yeah, that's all you see
It
from
really
that body.
should be.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not
DM.
like inspecting how. Like, I don't care how he died. I'm just trying to see like the anatomy changes.
Yeah. You don't. Let's see.
Unless that's what it tells you to do, then
That's
that's
what
fine.
it's. Yeah, that's what it's telling me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
we're
was
not
thinking
challenging
But these are
you,
the two
Mr.
human.
God.
The two humans. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also
I
two
guess
fish
I was-
creatures. Yeah.
Right, which I was gonna inspect one of those next, anyways. So. It's fine.
Okay. Do you want to inspect that now?
Yeah.
Okay. Da. Yeah, they look very fish-like and amphibious in nature. The species of fish isn't recorded in any book you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Do they also look... Do I notice that they are also humanoid in nature?
They're slightly, yeah, they're kind of humanoid in a way, not in the way of a human, but human-shaped, if you will.
Like they stand on two legs,
They stand on
probably,
two
right?
legs. They stand on two legs. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing like a fucking fish with human legs.
Uh,
Just, like, scurrying around.
I will pause out of character for a second. I think I have a slight unfair advantage here. With knowledge of
Oh, Cthulhu. Yeah.
certain Cthulhu things.
Yeah. That's fair. What else? Can I get a natural world or science, like biology, zoology?
Yeah. I'm gonna do zoology. Seriously?
Nice, but not
Nice.
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 do you,
Hold
do you
on,
guys
hold
need
on.
help up there at all? Like, I'm willing to come up if you need help.
Wait, should we not all do sanity checks?
Oh, yes, you should have. Sorry, my apologies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
Oh, yeah,
two
we
of
did
you,
Not to
not
like
Kip.
call us all out,
Yeah,
but
not Kip, but you two, because you
Listen,
saw
I
us.
wasn't
Yeah.
gonna tell him, okay? I wasn't gonna tell him.
Oh,
extremely
Nice.
sis.
Very
You
nice.
let the
Damn.
I'm so fucking sane, guys.
Oh, this is why we don't tell the DM. You just let yourself. Just let
my
it
first time.
slide.
This is my first
I
time.
don't
Can I re-roll a D4, Florence?
Yeah.
Then plus one that after.
Just 1d4.
Okay, my curiosity is killing me down there. I'm gonna.
Ooh,
I'm
you
putting
lost
the.
5?
I'm bringing the light bulb up, but I'm going
Yeah.
up.
Not
With
what
the
I meant
light
to
bulb.
do.
Okay. So you need to do a sanity check
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, so you lost 5 there, Florence.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit.
No worries.
Uh,
What is your total sanity?
55 now. It was 60.
Okay.
Ooh, but skinnier teeth.
Ooh, that's a success.
I do have a question for the
Actually-
DM
Yeah.
whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, sorry, just give me 1 second.
Yep. Actually, I may be able to answer this question myself. Give me a sec. Never mind, I answered it myself.
Okay, yeah. This is a bit new to me, so my apologies.
Not to worry.
How do I... Oh, how do I do this? So I'm just trying to figure this out. I guess it's since we're all just brand new to it, doesn't really matter.
It doesn't.
But I want to DM Puff.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to message privately in Roll20?
Yeah, it's /W.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe, yeah,
We'll also just not look at chat in case.
yeah, so that you can hide it if it goes through to public.
It's a /W space name of the
Yeah.
player and then space message.
What else was going on? Noctis Newt, sorry, was looking at that body.
Yeah, and Kip's curiosity got the better of her, so she came up with
And you
the
pass
light
that
bulb.
sanity check, nice. So it doesn't bother you. You've seen.
Well, I already knew what I was going into,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know?
That is
so
true. That is true.
I was prepared.
All right.
The fish do catch my eye, the fish men things. And I just want to like take a mental image of them and
You want to take
I don't know.
a good look at them?
Like-
Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I
Okay.
want to take a good look at them.
I also.
And I still want to search Cassidy's body. Also, I have a question.
Mhm.
Is Cassidy the one with like the shit on his neck, or is the other one with the fish on his neck?
He's the one with the fish on his neck,
Okay.
like a fish biting his neck.
Yeah. Not the one with gills.
No. No. And then you take a look at Cassidy's body. This is when everything kind of gets complicated. This is a lot of words. So you take a look at Cassidy's body. Hidden in his shirt is a heavy purse full of strange gold coins.
Same gold coins as the other one.
Yep. There's a 6-shooter, a gun, a revolver, head firmly in his warm hands. His hands are still warm to the touch. All the bullets in the chamber has been spent, unfortunately. But it matches the one that was in that box. That revolver that was missing in that box, it matches that. And should you take it, it does 1d8 worth of damage if it's reloaded.
Okay, I'm definitely going to take it, but are there any shells around?
It's a bit too dark to see.
Well, I have a lantern.
It's still pretty dark up here. There's like the wind is blowing in. There's thunder. There's a big storm. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Well, what I'm trying to figure it out is if the because you said the bullets have been spent, but I have all of the bullets that were in the case in my pocket. So I'm trying to figure out if he actually had more and they've been fired.
I get you.
If it's too dark, that's fine.
I assume since we've met up that that we have had this conversation about the firearm that you found downstairs and the shells, correct?
Oh yeah, let's just say retroactively we've shared all the information with you guys because I had meant to when we came upstairs.
So if that's the case, then I know that is a Smith & Wesson 38 special since it matches the case, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a question for the DM. My 38 revolver, which I'll share that with you guys, it matches the same firearm that I have. It's the same exact gun. My 38 revolver has 1d10 damage, but you said his is 1d8. So I'm curious if that's
you found a loophole. You found a loophole.
Okay.
No. It's an error in that.
Curious whether it was on like there was an error on my end.
No. The error is I gave you the incorrect.
Spawn on weapons. Where it's just a little better than anybody wants.
The error is the model I gave you initially in that box was incorrect. It's actually a Colt M1877 that was in that box.
Okay.
Not a Smith &
Oh.
Wesson.
So he's holding a Colt.
Correct. Yeah.
Whatever. Okay.
Or no, so I'm holding the 38 revolver.
You're holding
He's
a
holding the Colt.
Yes.
Or am I?
Now I've got a Colt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are not the same gun.
They're not the same gun. No. You have a Smith & Wesson.
Okay.
The
Okay.
gun on this body is a Colt.
They are not.
Okay. So
They're not the same bullet either. They're not also 38 special rounds.
Yeah, they could be. They could be the same bullet.
Oh, I have to find that out.
we'll
Okay.
probably have to compare.
Okay.
So I'm gonna grab the Colt off of him, and then I'm gonna like search around his body to see like if there are any bullets, because like I can like get down on the floor with the lantern, and I should be able to at least see something.
Yeah. You see casings on the ground.
Okay. No war bullets fired.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
That would explain the
Okay.
broken glass.
I'm gonna load the 6 bullets that I have in my pocket into the Colt. Or actually, like, Walter, do you need any ammunition before I load these in the gun?
I would like to compare the ammunition to see if they are
Okay, yeah.
the same. However, I am currently good on ammunition.
Okay, I hand one of the bullets to Walter.
Yep, they're compatible.
And then I
with this
load
gun.
the other 5 in the gun.
Okay. I hand that one back. Now,
Okay, I'll put them loaded up.
since I also know, I believe that Florence also has bullets, correct? Florence picked up bullets from the
Yes, she
bed
did.
downstairs.
Florence hasn't shared that.
She hasn't shared that though. Yeah.
No
Oh, I
metagame.
thought we all shared all information
okay.
already. I thought
I-
that was the discussion that we had. We retroactively shared all of
Okay.
our
Yeah,
information.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless Puff is trying to game us.
I'm just. This is Puff talking. I'm just waiting for the question.
I just want to. May I compare the bullets to see if they are the same?
Yeah, they are. The same.
Hormarius Americanus. Well, I can't tell him that though.
Oh, his bullets. Sorry, I meant the bullets from Noctis and that. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My apologies.
No, you're fine. I cannot answer your question because Hormarius Americanus, Calinectes sapidus, Centro Pristis striata, and I just keep repeating that over and over and over again.
Oh,
I just
Okay.
look at Florence like, what? Do I recognize this language that she's speaking?
You do. It's Latin.
Do I understand what she's saying though?
Yeah.
No. You just recognize the generic structure of the language.
so I don't speak Latin, but may I use my knowledge of the occult to see if what is being said means anything to me? Like if I recognize it from anything else?
Yeah, sure. You could give me an occult roll.
Can I do that too?
Yeah, sure. Was that Walter's right now? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Walter
you
was
listen-
an extreme success. Nice.
So the words are Latin in nature. Sorry, what was your question? You're just trying to figure out.
Whether I recognize it with my knowledge of the occult compared to any other cases or any other information that I know about the occult, if it gives me any information.
Okay, yeah, they're with all your knowledge of the occult, this doesn't seem like it's crossed anything of your past before.
I take a step back from the fish people and from Florence and from the dead body. I'm just taking a step back. I don't know what's going on. I don't like it though.
All right. Let's see.
While we're up here real quick. Wait, did you bring the light bulb up with you?
Yes, I did.
Shit idea.
May I attempt to repair, even though I left the manual for the repair guide downstairs?
I love
May
how it's like,
may I attempt to repair?
What is your... Can you give me a mechanical repair check?
can
you
I
have it?
check on Florence before we do all this? I want to just make sure that she's okay.
I'm just
Fuck that.
I'm just
She's
I'm just
scary.
trying to repair this light so that we have a little bit more information about what's going on around us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can see that that light that was in there initially was broken by like a bullet, if you will. But it also
Okay.
shot through the lens that like magnifies the light out a lot. So it's just like a light bulb. But light bulbs are only so bright without magnification.
Yeah.
You know that you could fix the bulb like temporarily. This will take about 40 minutes probably to do.
Oh, I'm going to pass on that. I look back at Florence and I'm confused. We continue with
And, Yeah, 1 second. Florence just keeps repeating that to herself over and over again.
Can I maybe use my knowledge of law? I know Latin applies in law sometimes.
Yeah,
Could
for sure,
be
yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
Damn. No.
You don't follow any laws that you've come across before. Who is closest to the door right now?
I would assume
Probably
it would
me. I was
be-
the last
yeah.
one to come in.
Okay.
Oh no.
Also, you backed out.
Yeah, I also backed closer to the door because
Yeah, that's because of
Florence was freaking me out.
the freakiness, yeah. Alright. Let's see here. Can I get a listen check from you?
Yeah. Are you freaking kidding? Are you freaking kidding? I'm distracted by
Did
the
you fail like
Latin
every roll?
being. I've like failed nothing that I'm good at, and I'm gonna cry. I failed. It was a failure.
No worries. Could I get all of you actually to roll? Get a listen roll.
Well, Florence can't do anything, so
Just
I
Florence
don't know how-
point and
Great.
screech.
I don't
is great.
know how long I cannot do anything. but
Yeah, no.
this-
You're I'll let you know.
Okay.
Alright. This is like
Now I see why the DM was necessary.
Can I become louder in my screaming?
Yeah, you can become louder. You can be screaming.
Okay. Yeah.
Are
I
you
get,
like pointing or anything too?
I don't know. Am I allowed to point? DM?
Sure, you can point.
Okay. I don't know what I am listening for, but I get louder and point towards wherever what I assume I am hearing is coming from, besides the voices in my head.
So what you hear is like a wet patter in the room below you, like a like footsteps almost, and that's coming from below you. This sounds like there's some movement below you.
They're inside.
I look in the
house.
direction in which she's like pointing.
Where are you pointing again? Sorry, you're pointing.
In the
Wherever the
direction of the
sound is
sound.
coming from, yeah. I
That
guess.
sound is coming from the hatch,
Okay. So
upwards.
the way we came.
where you came from.
So she thinks that you're pointing at her and screaming the Latin louder now. Because she's standing in the hatch.
Cool. Great. I'm gonna get
And nobody
murdered.
else hears this as I'm screaming, I guess.
Nope. We all
Okay.
failed.
I tell Pip or Kip, my bad, to maybe like step off the hatch.
I interrupt because now I am not saying in Latin and tell you all that I hear something that sounds like wet footsteps, and then I'm also going to look next to me at the fish people. Can I roll for a connection, like to make the connection
Yeah. Roll me
between the two?
your Florence. Let's see what you got. You have
Yeah.
like some kind of biology or something?
Yeah, I have biology, zoology. I don't
Give me
know if
like
that
a-
would be intelligence, potentially.
give me an intro, yeah.
Yo.
Excellent. So, what Florence is trying to put together is there's fish people on the ground. And
There might be fish people coming up to
there
kill
might be
us.
fish people. There might be fish people below you. Just by the sounds of the pitter patter.
Cool.
Pitter patter,
Walter,
let's
with your
get at
gun,
it.
maybe you could like get near the hatch, and I'm gonna run behind Walter.
Yeah,
that shit.
me and Walter should take the front lines on this one because we both have weapons.
I also have a knife.
I'm going to attempt to close the hatch. Is there a lock on the hatch?
There is no lock, unfortunately. It's meant to be a
Well,
maintenance
gotta
thing. You don't want to
pile
lock yourself up there. You could
Go ahead.
Oh,
Nope.
me?
Yeah, you
No,
can go. Well, whoever.
hang on. Let the DM say what he was going to say first, so that we don't retroactively screw ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not much up here besides the 4 bodies, the light in the middle of the area. There's that hatch, and then there's no lock on the hatch, unfortunately. There's panes of glass all around you with one broken.
4 bodies being us, or are there additionally 4 corpses? Because I thought there were only 2.
There were 2
There's 4
corpses and 2 fish people dead.
Okay, I see.
Fish things.
I see.
fish things, yeah.
That's what you're talking. I see.
Like to
fish-
suggest.
Go ahead.
I would like to suggest to the party that we attempt to move these dead bodies on top of the hatch.
Agreed.
Wow, you just using
That's
that
smart.
brain.
May I ask a question real quick first?
Yep.
Actually, to you, Florence.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious. Do the fish people have duck feet?
Oh, well, I tried to inspect them and did not get anywhere, so I do not know, and I don't think I can inspect them again, can I?
Give me an intro.
An interval? Okay.
Yeah, you could tell that from the looks
That they have
That's-
webbed feet.
they have duck-like.
Okay.
No.
All right. Now we're attempting to move these bodies.
All right,
So I
who's
assume we
moving
need
bodies?
strength rolls.
Get some strength rolls in here.
I can
Alright.
help move the
I
bodies.
will help.
have
I
previous
think we
strength.
can all help. think
I
we
will
can all
also
help.
attempt to help.
Yeah. While you guys do that, I'm gonna keep my gun trained on the hatch.
Okay.
I'm so freaking strong.
This is
Look at my
strong.
hard success.
Sorry, guys.
Oop.
Walter, I think you should have helped with that.
It's okay. Two of us succeeded, and I got a hard success. So
Yeah, so you
Okay.
successfully move the bodies on top of the
I might have
hatch.
failed everything else, but I can dead
Did
bodies.
they... So there's 4 bodies. I would assume one of them grabbed a body each. So is that 2 bodies, or are you gonna go ahead and give us the 4 bodies on top of that?
I'll give you the 4. Well, I'll give you 2 because
Okay.
realistically, the
Well-
hatch is only so big.
To be fair, one of the bodies is doubly attached because the fish thing is
Mm.
attached to one of the bodies. So
That
there
is-
are 3 bodies on the hatch.
Okay,
There's 3.
okay.
I
Okay,
agree
okay.
with that statement.
Okay, yeah, there's 3 bodies on this hatch. Yeah, and you hear banging from this hatch now. It's shuddering. It's trying to be opened. As these things are trying to break into your room.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
No, you can go on.
Can I inspect the broken glass area? Like, what is, like, immediately outside of that? If it's, like, a straight drop, like, can I look at that area?
Yeah.
Okay.
It leads to you're looking at essentially outside of where the broken glass is.
Yeah. However, whatever lets us have the ability to, I guess, be outside through that broken glass. Like, what's around that area?
Yeah, there's a little balcony around this
Okay.
lighthouse that you see. Besides that, there's no
way down or
no
anything like
ladder
that?
or it's a sheer
Okay.
drop, unfortunately.
Is it still
Okay.
storming like crazy?
It's still storming like crazy. Yeah, it's very windy up here.
So we are effectively trapped.
You're effectively trapped. Yeah.
Okay.
I am going to call out real quick and ask if that is the Coast Guard below us.
You look down, like calling it like
No.
voice.
No. Well, yes, but
I
calling
forgot
towards
to
the
stare.
hatch to see if the Coast Guard is who's down there with the webbed feet, or not webbed feet, but wet feet, to make sure that that's not the thing that's trying to kill us.
You yell down, but you hear nothing but kind of like angry growling.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the Coast
Okay.
Guard.
Definitely the Coast Guard, for sure, 100%. Yeah.
All right. What's next? What's next, friends?
Is the floor made of wood,
It is, yeah.
including the hatch?
Yeah, it's all of wood nature. Some different thickness. The hats would be the less thickness of it.
All right, friends, I have a gun. The floor is made of wood. Should I shoot into the wooden panel and see if we can maybe kill whatever's down there that's growling
I
at
might
us
be
and
able
trying
to
to
take
break
a
in?
couple shots as well.
Or,
Shots.
well, I guess I should ask the DM. Does that mean I would have to shoot through the dead bodies, or is there enough room for me to
You could
shoot the
wiggle
floor?
your gun through some legs, maybe, and like between the
Okay.
legs, and pop off some shots down there if you want. Yeah.
Party, what do you think? Is that a good idea, bad idea?
I mean, I don't think the Coast Guard's gonna growl back at us, so I think we're probably
Yeah.
safe.
I feel like we're
think
probably
any-
safer up here. I think we should fix this light so that at least get some light going on up here and
Yeah.
hunker down and pray to whatever beings
would-
are in this world and hope that the Coast Guard gets here ASAP.
That would require one of us to spend 40 minutes.
Oh, I was not paying attention to that part.
Yes.
I am outnumbered, so it does not matter, but Florence would like to state that we do not know enough about these creatures to know what their strength is like, and it is potentially not worth angering them even further.
But they're already trying to fucking kill us.
Again, my
Already trying
opinion
to
doesn't
br-
matter.
They're
I've been
already trying to break
outnumbered.
open the hatch.
That's fair.
That's my that's like the way I see it is at this point, like, how much more could we anger them if they're already trying to break in here and they've already killed 2 of our people?
Well, they could be angry because we are on their turf and they're trying to figure out what's going on, and by shooting at them, we pose a threat and they could try to kill us.
Correct.
I would like to ask the DM whether I can roll anything to inspect the dead fish bodies and see if it was bullets that killed them previously, or if I can tell in any way.
2 seconds.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you can. Give me a second.
Okay.
Yeah, you could see the bullets have killed these creatures, or
Okay.
contributed to the cause of their death.
Okay. Well,
That's
what do you guys
interesting
think?
to note.
Should we attempt the gun thing, or should we like try to communicate with them, or like offer them the gold coins that are so mysterious to hopefully assuage them, because maybe they're after the gold coins?
Maybe.
Ooh, how many gold coins do we have collectively currently in our possession?
I think we just have the 1 sack because we didn't bring up the other sack, did we?
I put the bullets and the ones I found in my pocket.
Okay, well, we have the one sack that was on... That's on Cassidy's body.
And then Kip also has some still in her possession?
Presumably.
Kip's
I
trying
have
to hide
one.
those gold coins away.
I have a single gold coin in my pocket.
We could always just throw Kip down there and see what they do to her.
Like, Kip's holding on to this light bulb now. You can't get rid of me. I have the light bulb.
Kip's acting a little sussy.
I just have a coin, and I may or may not have zoned out. I apologize. The ADHD kicked in, and I was like, I'm paying attention.
Kip, where did you say you're from again?
Sorry?
Just Kip. Where did you say that you're from?
That's a great question.
If you happen to know.
Do you happen to be from Innsmouth, Kip? Oh my!
You know, I don't know where I'm from, but I do know it's close to Massachusetts.
Okay, so but it doesn't. Your backstory doesn't specifically state, or if it does, you're not telling us whether you are from Innsmouth.
Hey, DM.
Yeah, that's correct.
I
That's
know
correct.
where I'm from. Okay. Wait, I am?
No, you're not from Innsmouth.
No, I'm not.
You're just from a generic
I'm not from
spot.
there.
Okay. And now you're like, why are we talking about Innsmouth? I haven't seen these papers.
I haven't seen anything. However,
I did share the papers with you. You could read them.
Did you? You did not share them with me.
No, you shared them with me specifically. She was in the room below.
I was downstairs still.
I passed them down.
So what are we sharing right now?
Oh,
everything.
No, I haven't. I purposely didn't share because some people said they didn't want stuff shared.
Oh, I
remember saying that I wanted to pass them down to Kip.
Okay, Lightless 1 and 2?
The 1 and 2, yeah.
Okay.
I'm the only one who hasn't shared documents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you continuing to choose not to?
Correct.
Okay.
You don't have to choose not to, Walter. Just saying.
Walter, remember what's in the document I shared with you.
But also though, so Florence is currently holding that additional paper. So I can share the information in it, but I can't share the actual paper. But
I mean, technically, currently at this point, why are we worried about documents? We got fish people after us.
Well, yeah, but these are documents that she should have seen earlier. So we are pausing this.
How are y'all reading that?
You
scroll down.
Away my blind ass.
Scroll down.
You scroll down. There's text. Also, I noticed the question that I was going to ask earlier that I noticed isn't an actual question. One of the dates in the middle is listed April 11th, 1936, so 10 years in the future. So I wondered if there was an issue there, but it turns out on the actual cursive writing, it's still 1926, so that's not an issue if you happen to notice that.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a mistype.
Here, it's been fixed.
Oh, were you the one who typed that up?
No, but I could fix it.
Oh, okay.
I would say at this point, I don't know how long while Kip is reading. I'm not sure how.
Thing while I read. Oh, Sophia. Oh, Sophie.
Oh, sweet baby.
Kits.
Oh, little gray kitty. Russian blue, maybe?
She's a Korat.
Mm-hmm.
I would say our only option right now is to hand over the coins and/or shoot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna ask if it's possible for us to, slightly open, just crack open the hatch and, shoot some coins through down at them and see if it makes a difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or if there are cracks in the wood.
There's
we
not, but you could lift
pass
it up.
Yeah.
You could lift it up a little bit. Yeah.
Do you guys want to do that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess as our first option, we can try that, and then if not, we can go in
And-
guns a-blazing.
That's true. That's true. So Kip, are we sure that you don't have any additional coins on you that could cause the monsters to keep
I
coming
only
after us?
took one. All I said was I wanted to take one in my pocket.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm just gonna hand over all of my coins for us to pass down. Because I don't remember how many I had.
Wait, what is the date?
Yeah, and we have the
Today's
full
date?
sack that was on Cassidy's body.
April 12th.
April 12th, 1920.
Today is April 12th. Okay.
So you're doing what, sir?
We'll pass down all the coins that we have.
All the coins?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you shoot them.
Uh,
You let. Ooh, oh, go.
How many did I pick up? Do you remember? I don't remember.
I think it's 3.
Those coins could be useful. I wonder if we should hold
Okay,
on to one.
But
we
if
can
they're
hang
after
onto-
those,
Yeah. Let's drop a few down and see if it makes
See
a
what
difference.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's drop like 3 down
Okay.
and see if
Okay.
it changes
you-
anything.
Lift up the hatch a little bit, just to get a little peek down there. You see about 4 of these creatures trying to climb up top and get at you. And I guess one of you is putting 3 coins down.
Yeah, I will.
As you throw the coins down, 2 of these creatures pick up the coins and scatter away, running downstairs quickly, out of distance. Well, the other 2 look angrily up and still try to batter that door.
I'll drop a
What?
couple more down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How many have you put down? Just
We'll drop another 3.
okay. Yeah, one.
maybe do 2, just in case there's a. Or maybe do 3. I don't know.
Yeah, you can drop.
Well, we
There
dropped
is still
3
one
and 2
coin
of
that
them
is down
left.
there. Yeah.
Oh, did each of them only take 1, or did they take all 3 that we tossed?
They took all
already?
3. They took all 3.
Yeah.
There's
yeah,
one
that's
one
what
took
I was
2 and another
figuring.
one took 1.
Okay.
So you're dropping 2 or 3?
I say 3.
I say 3.
And how many do you have left on you? Is it a known amount or?
We just have an unknown amount in the bag because we have 4 plus a bag, right? And
Mhm.
we
Yeah,
didn't
okay.
specify how many
Yeah,
were in
that's
the
fair,
bag.
that's fair.
so-
So you throw 3 down, leaving you with 1 coin left. And the other creature down there takes those coins and scatters off, with 1 angry creature left, banging
Oh, just
on the
give
roof.
them the rest. I don't want to end up like these 2.
So we've
You
only
guys
got
wanna
1
just toss
coin
them the
total
last coin?
remaining.
You got one coin
Just-
remaining.
Yeah.
I'll
Didn't
paint a
Puff say
photo.
that-
Yeah,
Okay,
Puff
I'll
say
say
that you
I
were
say
holding 1.
I was holding 3.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
we'll
still holding
both-
your 3.
I'm assuming
I
that
think we collectively have
we
one
collectively
left, right?
we collectively have 1 left. Yeah.
Okay,
Out of the
so
pool that
so
you
what
had.
I say is we'll drop the 1 coin down, and then if it doesn't appease this guy, I'll like go deal with him.
Okay.
Okay, so let's drop the last coin down.
When the last coin goes down, that creature catches it in its weird,
It's
misshapen
fish paw.
fish palm. And takes and scares
Ew.
scurries away down the steps, leaving none left. And
Okay, so I think we should like quickly go down and like get the radio and see if we can contact the Coast Guard again.
as this happens, as you throw the coins down, one of you looks over
Sorry.
and sees the sun is slightly rising. It's been a long evening. It's been quite the evening for
Oh,
sure.
thank goodness.
And in the distance, you hear a
That's the
Hey,
Coast
never mind.
Guard.
of a coast guard or a ship of sorts heading your way.
Now, we did warn them about the sunken ship, right? We did
Yes.
warn them?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't
But not
remember.
the fish people.
Well, we didn't know about that, and my ADHD brain was like, oh, I need to make a note to, like, remember to call them before I go back up there with the light bulb in them for.
Yeah, so the Coast Guard is arriving. These creatures are long gone, not ran away into the distance, into the bushes or wherever they come from. The four of you descend down the steps of the lighthouse and to the front where the light is steadily growing. As you see the Coast Guard personnel go onto the island, the FBI agent shows his badge and says who he is and such. But there is also more FBI agents there. And you get debriefed on, or you debrief them on the situation. All these creatures that have appeared, and the murders, and the blasphemy that's been surrounding this island. And they swear you into secrecy. For if you divulge this information, you will have to answer to them. And that's where we end it.
Wait, where's my friend?
Oh no.
You never find
We
him.
never found him.
We never
Yes.
found
Found him.
We never found my special agent friend. He was
To
a
be
special
fair-
agent, by the way. I'm sorry I didn't tell
lied
you.
to me! You lied to me!
He was here investigating smuggling. So I had to assume that anyone that was involved in art possibly had something to do with smuggling.
Ooh.
All right,
And
now
I'm
just
assuming
fess up to your
that
smuggling.
hang on. I was gonna say I was assuming that the third document had something to do with me and Cassidy being smugglers.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
as soon as you shared it with Walter and not me, I was like, I know that's what that says.
It is. It did not.
Yeah.
It did not mention you specifically, but it mentioned Cassidy. So I was like, oh, what's your
that's
relationship
when
with
you-
this dude?
When you asked me that too, I got suspicious. Yeah. The reason I didn't share that I was also a smuggler is because I didn't see it having any real because I didn't have anything to do with murder or anything like that. So it wouldn't have anything to do with our current situation.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm just a fucking artist, just like, I just want to be here,
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just a weird girl who likes fish, who's just trying to make the next breakthrough in science.